State 49, Oklahoma 10?
You heard it right.
Oh, normally, and I'm from Kansas, normally it's the other way around. Oklahoma traditionally just blows K-State out of the water.
Yeah, Oklahoma's been coming down to earth a little bit. They're 25 now, so they'll be out of the top 25. Wow. And I'm sure you're interested in this score. Number 11, Kansas 42, Missouri 23.
Yes!
Okay.
Yes. Give me a high one right here, Brian.
Yes. Okay.
All right. That's going to be a great night. I can already...
Well,
anytime KU beats Mizzou, it's okay by me.
We're off to a good start then. I was talking to Brian just a minute ago about last night's game in Springfield. Those two teams come in with the lowest goals against average in the whole league, and what happens? 14 goals.
Yeah, I was thinking about that on the bus ride back.
They were just trying to even it out for the season, I think, trying to get a little bit closer to the rest of the league.
A little bit of a catch-up thing.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny about last night's game? Mike Buzak played for the IceCats, but Jason Muzzatti played for Springfield, and everybody on our side thought, wow, that guy's going to be tough tonight, and this and that and the other. The guy looked human throughout the whole game.
Oh, yeah, basically. And actually, I had heard a lot of people saying, wow, they got the third-string goalie, and this could be a real easy game for us, and it looked like it might be for a little while there. We scored on the first shot of the game, and hey, anytime you score 6 goals in the game, you would expect you're going to win it. But when you're giving up 8, it's a little bit tough.
Yeah, and in Mike Buzak's defense, the goals that beat him, there was only one that I could think of that was what you would call a soft goal. The rest of them were fairly legitimate goals.
He had a really tough night. I mean, the defense broke down on him a couple times. He did have one that he kicked off the back of his leg in the goal, and another one that kind of dribbled in. And he looked a little confused at the end of the game when we were going for that extra man on the ice, and that ended up costing us in the end, too.
Well, Buse looked really good against this Providence team when we went down to Providence and played. I was kind of hoping he'd get another shot at it tonight, but not to be. Eric Fichaud is going to be in net for the IceCats tonight. Mike Buzak's going to win a game. It's just going to be the right situation, and things are going to have to come together for him, and he will win a game. He's the kind of kid that once he starts to win games, he could win a whole bunch of them.
Oh, I'm sure he could. I mean, right now, he's going to be really frustrated over his whole situation. You know, when you come in, you give up 8 goals like that. Actually, he gave up 7 goals. Let's not make it look that bad on him. But, I mean, it is a little bit hard on you. The confidence level gets a little down, but he's going to bounce back.
Tim, we're going to send it back to you here in just a second, but I wanted to mention all of the painters' caps I'm seeing around the Centrum. This is just a great thing.
Absolutely.
And Brian Jensen's got his. He's got it over the headset.
It fits over real nice.
All right.
Too much of a
hey, you think you can score me one?
I'll see if I can sweet talk the guy at the front gate.
Hey, they were going out real quick, I'll tell you that.
Well, Providence comes in tonight on the heels of a 3-0 loss to Carolina. Carolina leads the Southern Division.
That doesn't surprise me. They've got a bunch of veteran players on that team. They've actually got one of the former Providence Bruins on that team, Brett Harkins, who figured in the loss for the Bruins last night. Harkins had a goal and an assist. He assisted on the first goal for the Carolina Monarchs. It was a power play goal. Then Harkins scored one himself a little later and put him away.
All right, well, it's Providence and the Worcester IceCats Battle of New England once again. We'll send it back to Brian Jensen and John Wiedeman at the Worcester Centrum in just a few minutes. It's the pregame show of the IceCats and the Providence Bruins from the Worcester Centrum on WTAG.
That's the 3rd time I banged my thumb.
Never mind your thumb. Look at these curtains. They don't even match the walls.
Whose idea was this do-it-yourself stuff?
Yours, remember?
Well, why did you listen to me? Just help me get this newspaper down so we don't spill the mustard yellow all over the cucumber green.
Hey, look at this ad. Edwards Paint and Decorating. Everything under one roof, affordable prices, and they'll send a decorator out to the house at no charge.
That's right. An Edwards decorator will visit your home and give you all the advice you need.
Or visit Edwards and discover Hunter Douglas window treatments, Mohawk carpets, the York collection of wall coverings, and California paint, all under one roof and all within your budget.
Okay, that's it. We're going to Edwards.
You know, for someone who keeps smashing his thumb, you're a very smart man.
Edwards Paint and Decorating, Route 9 and Otis Street in Westboro, and Gold Star Boulevard, Worcester. The complete source for all your home decorating needs. And the price is right. It's the Super Wall Covering Sale with unbeatable guaranteed low prices from only $4.88 a single roll. Right now at Edwards Paint and Decorating Centers in Worcester next to Percy's and Route 9 Westboro across from Walmart.
It's time again for Worcester IceCats hockey on AM 580 WTAG, brought to you by Honey Farms. Anytime you need us, we're right in the neighborhood. And by Red Dog Beer from Plank Road, be your own dog. The Bruin line comes down the front to score! The IceCats have a 4-1 lead! IceCats hockey at Worcester Sports Leader AM 580 is also brought to you by Edwards Paint and Decorating Center, Gold Star Boulevard at Worcester next to Percy's, at Route 9 in Westboro next to Sam's. Also by Marine Oil, home of the ultimate plan. No plan even comes close. And by J.J. O'Rourke's, located at routes 20 and 9 in Northborough for good times and casual dining. all the exciting action of the American Hockey League and the Worcester IceCats. Next on Worcester Sports Leader, AM 580 WTAG. Now the voice of the IceCats. Here's John Wiedeman. Back once again to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman along with Brian Jensen for Worcester IceCats hockey. The IceCats are back home. The Cats Lair, whatever you want to call this place, otherwise known as the Worcester Centrum. Tonight they will take on the Providence Bruins. Second time this season the Bruins come for a visit. The last time, you'll recall, you were here, so was I. The Bruins went down to a 5-2 defeat to the IceCats on opening night. It was a big, big night of fun. But the Bruins have had a chance to play a few other games. They've had a chance to regroup a little bit, and I think they're going to be a little bit of a different team. We talked about it a couple of minutes ago. I would bet you, if I had like a paycheck to bet, I don't have a paycheck right now, but I bet you a paycheck, Scott Bailey's in goal for them tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure Bailey's in there, and I know a lot of the Worcester IceCats fans are hoping he's not unconscious like he was the last time we played him down in Providence, where he basically stopped everything in sight. If in fact he's playing at that level again, we're going to have a tough game ahead of us here.
Well, the IceCats were in Springfield last night, lost 8-6 to the Springfield Falcons, not without a great effort. It was a great game for you guys, the Booster Club and the fans, to see it, and you had to drive an hour to go see it, but hey, you got your money's worth.
Hey, we got our money's worth. I mean, we saw a lot of offense, a lot of scoring. As usual, we have yet to have a major crowd go on the road and see a win, but, we're going to get there eventually. I mean, the Booster Club actually did get in on the game themselves. We got a chance to play in between periods in a broomball contest, and we kept it tied 0-0. We at least maintained respectability. I'd say probably the star of our game was our goalie, Dynamite Dan McAuliffe, who really, he's about 55 years old there, but he made the AARP look pretty good out there. He was stopping everything.
Is he available tonight?
We can probably suit him up. I know he's out in the crowd here.
All right, well, anyway, we got a lot to cover here. We're going to send it away to a break and come out with a scouting report. It should be a great hockey game tonight. By the way, if you're en route to the Centrum, take your time. Still plenty of great seats available. Painters caps for the first 2,500 unless they're already gone.
They're gone.
But we should have a great crowd on hand and a great hockey game to boot. So stay with us. We'll be back with the scouting report right after this. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
And what are you so happy about?
I just picked up some IceCats tickets for tomorrow night. So you know what that means.
Yeah, it means that the day after the game, you and Bob will get all riled up to play hockey, which means you'll probably get yourself hurt again like you did last time.
No, it means Bob and I will go to J.J. O'Rourke's before the game and feast on food fit for the gods.
And after you and Bob get done playing hockey, you'll be fit for a cast.
For good times and casual dining, come to J.J. O'Rourke's at the junction of Route 9 and 20 in Northborough.
Baseball great George Brett for Your Life Vitamins. I've been taking Your Life vitamins for over 15 years, and now my friends at Your Life have introduced something on the leading edge of nutritional science, phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are made from fresh vegetables, so you get many nutrients not found in vitamins alone. I take them to make sure I'm getting enough of a good thing. For me, it's like getting a fastball right down the middle. Look for Your Life phytonutrients at Osco, Walgreens, and other fine stores.
IceCat pregame show continuing with the scouting report with assistant coach Paul Picard and John Wiedeman. Paul and John check out tonight's opponent in detail here at AM 580 WTAG. Here's John and Paul.
Well, Paul, it's the Providence Bruins. This is the third time we'll see them this year, and certainly won't be the last.
No, we see this division rival here quite a bit this year, John. And tonight's another key game for us. Coming off last night, we want to make sure that we get off to a good start, play a good physical game, as Providence is always a worthy test for us.
How about in goal for the Bruins? Scott Bailey played the game of his life against us when we went down there. You're already shaking your head. We see him tonight. What are you going to tell the guys?
Well, basically, something I think that we need to do more of is shoot the puck in the high percentage area, where we tend to get a little too fancy and overhandle the puck, and as a result, we take a good scoring opportunity and pass it to a low percentage area and then don't get a shot at all, or if we do get the shot, it's not a real test. But Bailey's a very good goaltender, prevented us from getting our first road victory early on in the season in Providence, and he was the only one that really kept us from getting the 2 points in Providence.
Now the Bruins, looking at the stats quickly, reveals that the Bruins are the last place team on the road in penalty killing. Do you see any kind of an adjustment that could be made to really light it up on the power play tonight for our guys?
Well, I think what we have to do is we've been working at this part of our game now for some time, but we've never really had 2 good units of 5 or 1 good unit of 5 because of the call-ups and send-downs. So what we need to do is just go back to basics. We were very successful early in the year with just using our basic overload to the umbrella with the concentrated effort of getting the shot and then jamming the net. So we need to get away from our fanciness and just really direct our attention to shooting the puck on the power play.
Okay, and finally, Paul, if the Bruins, to your way of thinking, if they have a deficiency, something that will attack tonight, what will that be?
Well, I don't think they have a lot of depth, John. They, we certainly have a lot more speed. We have to use our speed, but we can't allow ourselves to lower our level of play and our intensity level to their level. We have to come out. They're coming off a 3-0 loss last night, so I'm sure they got their cage rattled a little bit by their coach last night. But usually when you're meeting a team that was shut out, what you want to do is come out and jump on them early and take advantage of that and set the tempo right from period 1.
All right, Paul. Good luck tonight, man.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right, that's it for the scouting report. We'll take a break and come back with the Coaches Show with IceCats head coach Jim Roberts. Right after this, you're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
You've been listening to the Scouting Report with Worcester IceCats assistant coach Paul Picard and John Wiedeman, an integral part of Worcester IceCats pregame here on AM 580 WTAG.
With Election Day in Worcester almost here, it's time to return to Along the Campaign Trail, WTAG's award-winning program on politics. This Monday night, join me, Paul Suthill, and WTAG political analyst Ken Moynihan as we discuss this year's election in Worcester. Along the Campaign Trail, Monday night at 7. Then join the entire WTAG news team for continuous live election coverage Tuesday night on Worcester's news leader, WTAG.
Well, Coach, it's the third game in 4 nights for our guys. A tough loss last night down in Springfield, 8-6. Got a chance tonight to turn it around right here on home ice against the Providence Bruins. Right off the cuff, you going to make any big changes for tonight's game?
Well, certainly, we're going to make a change in the goalkeeping. Fichaud is going in the game tonight, and he's been giving us some great goalkeeping, and I think that's what we were lacking last night.
Now, this Providence team, I had a chance to talk to Paul Picard in the scouting report, and told him that this is the 3rd time we'll play this team all year long, 3rd out of 12 times. Do you sense that when you play a team that many times that you not only get to know them better than you get to know any of the other teams, but they get to know you as well as any other team in the league, and maybe that makes us a little vulnerable, or maybe not?
Well, certainly. I mean, every game has to be played as a separate game, John. You certainly, get their tendencies and what their strengths are. I think they're a big, strong team. They try to intimidate, and, they go to the net well, and it seems that they go to the net looking for defensemen to get shots on and looking for the garbage around the net, and with their size, they can make some noise around your net.
Penalty killing last night in the game against Springfield, I thought was fairly impressive. Gave up a couple of goals, but on one particular penalty, Derek Armstrong and Terry Virtue scored shorthanded goals. Now, you, as a player for a number of years, had to see a lot of hockey. Have you ever seen anything like that happen inside of a minute, 2 shorthanded goals in the same power play?
Well, that certainly is a big bonus for a team, and certainly you should take advantage of breaks like that. That really affects the team that those goals go against, and we certainly, didn't take advantage of it. We just kept giving up very easy goals last night, and, you go on the road and score 6 goals, it should be a win, but it wasn't in the cards last night, and we walked away with a very disappointing loss. But tonight's another night. It's a home game, and it's a team that we want to stay in front of and get some points between us and them. So it's a must game for us.
Former Providence Bruin Freddie Knipscher didn't play for the IceCats last night. What's his status for tonight?
Freddie's still out. He's going to be out another few days. He's got a hip pointer, which is not as bad as we thought it might be, and certainly hope to have him back for next Wednesday.
How about the defensive pairings? You going to make any changes there?
Well, we got Strudwick with a little bit of a sore ankle. We're going to see how he is in warm-up, and then if he's not ready to play, we'll throw Kane in there again tonight. All our defensemen have been playing well, and I don't think it matters, which 6 of the 7 play.
All right, Coach, best of luck. Going for a home win. Got to try and get another winning streak going.
Best of luck to you. Thanks, Johnny.
That's it for the Coaches Show. Stay tuned for exciting Worcester IceCats hockey coming your way next on AM 580 WTAG.
To meet the real-life secret agent who was the inspiration for James Bond. The name is Riley. Sidney Riley. The History Channel presents Riley, Ace of Spies, an epic miniseries about the extraordinary man who took on the Kremlin single-handedly. Riley, Ace of Spies, starts Sunday, November 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific on Movies in Time on the History Channel. Call your cable company and ask about it today.
With HBO this season, you can spend every Saturday night with a different movie star. Be entertained by a gracious host like Demi Moore.
Let's just lie back and let me be the boss.
Engage in a stimulating discussion with Tom Hanks.
Stupid is, stupid does.
Or you and Tom Cruise can just relax and retire early.
Put me back off it.
HBO. A different movie every Saturday night, guaranteed. Like Disclosure, Forrest Gump, Interview with the Vampire and the Specialist. Why spend your Saturday nights with anyone else? HBO. Simply the best.
Look out below! Goodyear prices are still dropping. Check out the amazing everyday low price on the Goodyear T-Metric Radial. Just $19.99. Size 155R12. Check this. Okay. Buy any 4 tires and get a free alignment. Did he say free? Believe it. Buy any 2 and get that alignment half off. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Low tire prices and a free alignment. See your store for details. It all ends November 15th, so drop in your participating Goodyear retailer today. I will.
AM 580 WTAG and Midas Muffet can be your ticket to Pittsburgh to see the Patriots take on the Steelers. To win air transportation, hotel accommodations, and 2 tickets to the game December 16th, just stop by any participating Worcester County money shop and put your name in the box or mail a postcard to WTAG, P.O. Box 58, Westside Station, Worcester 01602. Then be listening 7:15 Monday morning, November 20th to hear Steve Battle read your name. Win your tickets and see the Patriots battle against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. From Midas Muffet and Worcester's Patriot Station, AM 580 WTAG.
How y'all doing? It's me, Red Dog. Red Dog. R-E-D-D-O-G. Now that's a name. Solid. Lets everyone know who I am. What do you call? Well, let me guess. More likely Poochie, or Cuddles, or Flopsy, or Rex, or Bud, or some other damn thing. That ain't a name, it's a curse. Call yourself what you really are. Tough yellow mutt with a chewed ear. Or a big gnarly hound who lives on the hill. Or old slobber and wheeze. Or whatever. Remember, you're not a pet. You're a dog. D-O-G. Okay, my friends, let it hang. I'm out of here.
There's a name for smooth, and it's Red Dog. Bold yet easy to drink, made with the finest of ingredients by Plank Road Brewery. Red Dog. You are your own dog.
Plank Road Brewery, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
IceCats hockey on WTAG. Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman and Brian Jensen here for Worcester IceCats hockey. At this time, we will tune into public address system announcer Gary Tangway for a special announcement.
Off-ice official Keith Karowski, who passed away last week.
A moment of silence for Keith Karowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome organist Kevin Hannum and rise for the singing of the American National Anthem.
IceCats and the Providence Bruins.
John, where did they hide that organ?
They got it up there someplace. The referee tonight is Dan O'Halloran. The linesmen are Brad Wiedeman and Fred Campitelli. Starting for the Bruins in goal, Scott Bailey. The defensemen are Peter Laviolette and Ted Crowley. Tim Sweeney will play the left wing. Clayton Beddoes will center that line, and Davis Payne will play the right wing. For the IceCats, starting in goal, Eric Fichaud. The defense are Jamie Rivers and Steve Sales. Dave Roberts will start at left wing. Patrice Tardif will start at right wing, and Ian LaPerriere will center that line. It's the IceCats and the Providence Bruins. Third meeting of the year. The IceCats enter this game with a record of 5-5-0. And right away, the referee for tonight, Dan O'Halloran, has sent the IceCats players over to their bench.
Well, that gives us a chance to maybe take a radio check here and see how the acoustics are inside. I know my wife has her Walkman on across the Centrum Hall. And, hey, Terry, if you hear us, give us a wave.
Oh, hi, Terry. I guess she's not listening.
I guess the walls are pretty thick here.
All right, the Bruins have a record of 4-6-1. Each team has won a game from the other. And here we go. The Route 146 rivalry is renewed here in Worcester. They drop the puck. We're underway. IceCats control the puck. Jamie Rivers with the puck in his own end on the far boards. Tries to scoop it off the near boards and out the center ice, and he does. It's picked up quickly by Ted Crowley, who shot it back down in behind the Cats' net. That's taken there by Steve Stales. He skates up the far side. Lifts it out the center ice for Tardif. And hopped over his stick and came to Roberts, but Roberts poked it back to Tardif, who shoves it up the right wing to Stales. He works it down the far boards and in behind the Providence net. Roberts has it, tries to work it in front. That's kept in at the high slot by by Stales. Tosses it into the near corner in the Bruin end, slides around to the far corner. LaPerriere beat Laviolette to the puck. Shoves it back into the near corner in the Bruin end. Tardif trying to get to it there in front of Sweeney. He's bumped off the puck, but LaPerriere got it on the near boards. Ian LaPerriere scoops it back down the boards behind the net. David Roberts is there, and he got it to Tardif in the far corner. Looks like an IceCats power play.
I was going to say.
Gave it to LaPerriere far corner. Oh, penalty coming up here to the IceCats. David Roberts took Ted Crowley down, and so the IceCats will be playing a man short here. 18:56 left in the first period, no score. And it's time for the IceCats penalty killers to kick it into high gear.
Yeah, not exactly the way we wanted to start the game off, but I mean, so far, Worcester's looking pretty good in there. It looked like a Worcester power play. That puck didn't come over the blue line.
IceCats organization wants to extend its best wishes to the family of Keith Karowski. He was an official scorer that worked with the IceCats from day number one. Keith left us this past week, and we want to extend our condolences to the family and wish them all the best. Keith was a great, great guy and a class guy, and we're going to miss him. Here's the face-off out of the neutral zone on the other side of the Providence blue line in front of the Bruin bench. Derek Armstrong to take it against Todd Hartjay of the Bruins. And Hartjay pries it away back to the near corner in the still on the Falcons, the Bruin end. It's picked up there by Dan Hodge. He threw it up the left wing for Masted. He tucks it into the far corner in the Cats end. Picked up there by Simard. Left it in behind the net to Hartjay. Out to the near boards, Cam Stewart. Out to the near point, Hodge. And to the far side for John Gruden. Got it down the near boards to Stewart. Back to Hodge. One-timer that's knocked away by the defense. Came to Stewart near boards. He shot it to Gruden, far point. Scoops it toward the net. Fichaud makes the save. And Armstrong picks up the rebound and clears it all the way down the ice. 1:20 left in the Bruin power play. And now we get a whistle. Two-line pass is called. Gruden shot the puck up the far boards, and Cam Stewart caught it on the IceCat side of the center ice red line, so we get a whistle, and two-line pass is called. John Gruden sent down to Providence from Boston. That's kind of a curious move.
Well, Boston Bruins are just trying to do anything right now to get a team working for them. Things are really stagnating up there. I know Steve Casper's just trying to find any combination to work for him.
Phil Von Stefanelli, a guy that was a mainstay on this team for the last year, is up in Boston. And personally, I hope the guy stays up there. I think he's played well. And Mark Cornforth, another Providence defenseman, along with Ryan Hughes, a forward, who've been playing very well. They both got the promotion to the Bigs, so tip of the cap to them. Back to the action. The Bruins carried the puck into the IceCat zone to the far corner. And handling the puck there was Crowley. He had it taken away by Roy Mitchell, who sends the puck the length of the ice. It slides in behind the Bruin net. Crowley back to pick it up. Off the feed from Bailey. He threw the puck up the right wing for Laviolette. That's taken away from him by Johansson. He shot it to the Bruin line. Taken by Crowley. Oh, Johansson gave him a little shot from behind. 40 seconds remaining in the IceCats penalty. Picking up the puck for the Bruins is Dennis Cherviakov. Lifted it out to center ice. Armstrong disrupted that rush and bats the puck back into the Bruin end. 30 seconds on their power play. Ted Crowley picks it up. Shot it in behind his net around to the near boards. Deuling gave a good shoulder check to Davis Payne. Puck slides off his stick to the IceCats blue line. Blue line where team captain Roy Mitchell just scoops at the length of the ice into the Bruin end. 15 seconds on the Bruin power play. Now they work at the center ice. Here's Laviolette over the IceCats blue line right wing. He snaps off a wrist shot that hits Steve Staios in the skates and ricochets up into the crowd. 17:04 remaining in period number 1. We have no score, and the face-off will be inside the IceCats zone, right up between the top of the left face-off circle and the blue line right down below us.
You know, with 8 seconds left in the penalty here, Worcester is looking really good on the on the penalty killing, and they're really starting to hit pretty hard out there too. They're playing a real physical game right now.
All right, here we go with the face-off. It's Craig Darby to take it for the IceCats. Against Bill McCauley for the Bruins. McCauley won it back to the far point for Gruden. He scoops it in front of the net. Look out. Fichaud laying down to knock it away. The puck is finally cleared to the near boards. Darby's got it. Out of the box is Roberts. Carrying the puck up the right wing is Vallis. He's over the Bruin line. He gave it ahead to Roberts. Got by a check. Closes in. Run it to the net. It's kicked away. Look out. Bailey on top of it. Rebound. Oh, and Rivers just shot it by the net. And now the puck is pushed to the near corner boards. Vallis pokes it free to Darby. Darby back to Vallis in the near circle. Here's Vallis. Fed the near point to Rivers. Oh, the puck squirted through his legs. Rivers went back to collect and gave it to Vallis in front of the Bruin bench. He shot it to the far board. Steve Staios works it off the boards. Darby avoided a hit but left the puck there. And then it ends up back on the stick of Steve Staios. He backs up into his own end of the far corner. Sent the puck rink wide to Jamie Rivers in the IceCats end on the left side. He tried to scoop it out to center ice. It's taken away by Potvin for the Bruins. Got it ahead to Gruden. There's a wrist shot turned aside by Fichaud with the stick. Back the other way come the Cats, 3 against 3. Roberts leads the charge up the right wing of the Bruins zone. Worked it right ahead to LaPerriere. Snapshot. Bailey the save. LaPerriere got it back to it in front for Tardif. He couldn't convert. They work it back to the near point. Sean Kane shoved it down into the near circle for LaPerriere. Beddoes checked him off the puck. And then Beddoes, a nice pass, threads the needle on the pass to Davis Payne. Carries it over the IceCats blue line on the right wing, but he's pushed off the puck by Krister Olsson. And then Sean Kane doubles back, shoots the puck up the right wing intended for Tardif, then hopped over his stick. Crowley back to touch for the Bruins. Icing is called. We'll take a break. 15:31 left in the first. No score. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
From Robert James Waller, author of The Bridges of Madison County, comes a very different kind of love story. Puerto Vallarta squeezed, a killer addicted to danger, a couple yearning for a way out. Together, 3 unlikely travelers are racing to the Mexican border. But can they escape their own explosive passion? Puerto Vallarta Squeeze by Robert James Waller. Puerto Vallarta Squeeze from Warner Books.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG. Welcome back to the Centrum. Glad you could come back with us. Kevin Sawyer was checked at the Bruin bench, and he pushed the linesman into the Bruin bench.
Yeah, you couldn't see anything with the skates. Sawyer the destroyer. I mean, he's out there. He's not just killing the Bruins. He's trying to take out the linesman, too.
All right, they play on. Here come the Bruins on the attack. Clayton Beddoes carries it over the IceCats line in the high slot. Gave it the far side. Laviolette tries to snap off a shot. Deuling tied him up. Wouldn't let him get a shot away. Puck rolls away to the far boards. Simard has it. Scoops it in behind the net. Clayton Beddoes comes out with a wraparound. Turned aside Fichaud. Another shot. Went right to the goal crease. Picked up by Deuling. Wraps it around the boards. Came to the near point. Taken there by Cherviakov. Lost the puck. Tardif got it. He lifts it out. Intended for Deuling up the right wing. That pass was intercepted by Beddoes. Couldn't clear the zone. Held in by Armstrong. Gave it to Wiedeman. Back to Armstrong. Far boards. Left it to the far corner for Deuling. Cherviakov stepped in front of him, but Deuling out-muscled him for the puck. Here's Deuling now, near corner. Moves over the near boards for Wiedeman. That's taken away by Simard for the Bruins. He lifts it off the near boards and down into the IceCats end. Mitchell back to collect. Took it behind the net, threw it up the right wing for Virtue, who pokes it out the center ice for Armstrong. But it ends up back at the Bruin blue line, taken there by Milt Mastad. He works it out over the center ice logo for Cam Stewart, who has to dip back in right into his own zone just across the blue line. Now he carries it up the left wing into the IceCats zone. Got around Wiedeman, tries to bring it in front. Penalty coming up here to the IceCats. Wiedeman, all he could do was take him down on the play. Actually, he's going to be called for a slash. Derek Armstrong is.
And so the Bruins go back to the power play. 13:44 remaining in the first period. They have no score, and this next faceoff will be inside the IceCat zone in the faceoff circle to the right of goaltender Eric Fichaud.
Yeah, Cam Stewart made some great moves, and they're coming in with the puck. They really almost had no choice but to go for the penalty and keep it from going in.
For slashing, 2-minute minor at 6:16.
So Derek Armstrong issued a 2-minute minor for slashing. And I tell you what, this Providence team looks like they came to play tonight.
Well, nobody likes to go on the road and lose.
You got to go down there. You might as well win a hockey game. That's got to be their feeling. Back to the action. Face-off taken by the Bruins. Cam Stewart has it in the far corner, working against Virtue. Virtue gave a chop there, trying to knock the puck away. Todd Hartje is able to keep it in. Here's Hartje. Enters the far circle, snaps off a shot. Fichaud, the blocker save. Rivers got to the puck in the far corner, and he lifts it out to center ice. And it's gloved there by Dan Hodge for the Bruins. Shot it up the right wing to Simard. Steps across the IceCats blue line, then lifts it toward the net. Rivers got it with the glove, then lifted it down into the Providence zone. Andy Johansson is there to touch it for the Cats. No two-line pass, no icing. They play on. Here's Johansson working against Hodge. Hodge wrestles him off the puck. Hartje is in there to collect. He skates to center ice. Threw it up the right wing for Mark Potvin. He and Kane vie for it in the near corner. Potvin pushed Kane off the puck. Potvin got it behind the net, tries to work it off the backboards and out, and we have got another penalty coming up here. Holding the stick, I believe, is going to be called against Sean Kane, so the Bruins are going to have a 5-against-3 power play for the next minute and 6 seconds. 12 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, period number 1, no score.
Yeah, Potvin got around Sean Kane pretty well around the back of the net there, and Sean was down flat on his back. The only thing he could do to possibly prevent Potvin from going in with it was to hold on to him. Got caught.
We'll get the call.
IceCat penalty by number 14, Sean Kane holding the stick. 2-minute minor at 7:10.
Enough said. It's showtime. Got to do it with 3 here. 3 on 5.
Now Bettles will take this next face-off for the Bruins against David Roberts for the IceCats. He had a big night last night, a goal and an assist. Great game. But tonight's another night. Roberts wins the draw to Whitmer. Skates behind the net, being held up by the Bruins. He's able to work it off the near boards and down into the Providence zone. Bailey way out of the net. He's got Roberts in his face. And now Bailey will just bring the puck to the side of the Bruin net and give it to Crowley as Roberts retreats. 49 seconds left on the 5-against-3 advantage for the Bruins. Laviolette carries the puck over the IceCats blue line down the right wing. Put on the brakes from the near boards. Fed the near circle for Sweeney. He tried to leave it in front. That's deflected away by Mitchell. Came out to the near point. Crowley winds up, fires. Fichaud, the blocker save. Mitchell takes the rebound and is able to work it across the blue line to center ice. 29 seconds left on the Bruin 2-man advantage. Here's Peter Laviolette. Shot it down the left wing boards. Slides in behind the net. Fichaud got a piece of it with the stick. Slides to the near corner. Picked up by Bettles. Skates in behind the IceCats net. At the far side to Potvin. Now to the high slot, Laviolette. To the near point to Crowley. Back to Laviolette, high slot. In deep to Potvin, side of the net. Tries to tuck it in the short side. Fichaud the save. Then they work it out to the high slot, Crowley. Here's Crowley. Time ticking off on the first penalty. Crowley a drive. Kick save, Fichaud. Rebound scooped out. It's 5-against-4. Here's Laviolette, a shot. That's turned aside by Fichaud. Back to the near point. Crowley a drive. Fichaud another save. Whitmer takes the rebound. Whips it around the boards, and it came right out to David Roberts. He's got a one-on-one with Laviolette over the Bruin line. And he brought it to the net. It's loose. Pulls that off. Bailey got a piece of it. Almost a short-handed goal there for the Cats. 30 seconds left on the other IceCats penalty. Now here from center ice is Crowley shooting the puck down the near boards into the Cats end. Slides around to the far boards. Armstrong pokes at it over there, but it's held in on the far side by Simard. Left it to Hartje far corner. He's pushed into the boards by Rivers. Puck squirts free to Stewart far corner. He and Staios vie for it there, each doing a little push and shove. Stewart plucks it away. Staios now reaches back, ties it back up, threw it to the far boards for Armstrong. He gave it to Rivers. Here come the Cats on a 2-against-2. Rivers fed Deuling at left wing. Crosses the Bruin line. Brought it down the slot for Rivers. His stick was tied up. Couldn't get a shot away. Teams go back to full strength. The IceCats avert catastrophe. A 5-against-3 penalty killing situation, and they were able to kill off all the time.
Yeah, fantastic moves by a trio of Mitchell, Whitmer, and Roberts there. And Fichaud just did a fantastic job turning the shots away.
Nice ovation from the partisan crowd here. Now the Bruins, Mastad sends the puck down the near boards into the IceCat zone of the near corner. Kane's got it there. Lifts it around the glass, and that one ends up leaving the ice surface. We'll take a break. 10:17 left in the first. No score. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
50 steps a minute, that's all it takes to start getting into good walking shape for the 4th annual Jingle Bell Walk. Take the challenge. Walk for those who can. Sunday, December 3rd at 9 a.m. at the Worcester Common Fashion Outlet. Join Santa and walk 2 or 5 miles and help more than 800,000 Massachusetts residents who have arthritis. Call the Jingle Bell hotline at 1-800-766-9449, extension 23, and walk with Advil. Fair Lawn Rehabilitation Hospital, CMHC, the Telegram and Gazette, Greater Media Cable, and AM 580 WTAG.
IceCats hockey on WTAG. Back to the Centrum. The Bruins have the puck in the IceCats zone, far corner. Sean Kane took it away, gave it to Darby. Got it out to Kevin Sawyer. Skates up the right wing against McCauley. Got it ahead to Vallis over the line. Winds up, fires. Oh, blocker saved by Bailey. Puck moves to the near corner. Olsen pokes at it. He put it down for Sawyer to the side of the Bruin net. That's knocked away. And it's picked up by Mark Davis for the Bruins. He'll turn and skate up the left wing to center ice and then winds up and fires a long shot off the glass behind the IceCats net. Ricochets to the near boards. Darby got it, then got hammered into the boards with a heavy hit. Now Olsen tying up Mark Davis behind the Cats net. Puck squirts free to Clayton Beddoes near corner. Here's Beddoes. He came out looking for a centering pass and did, but Roberts intercepts and lifts it ahead for Darby, but the pass misfires. It's going to slide the length of the ice. Ted Crowley back to touch for the Bruins. Well, he missed the first time, and now he touched it the second time. We get icing. And now in front of the IceCats bench, David Roberts had a little collision there with Eric Fichaud. And we're going to see if we're going to get some penalties here.
Actually, I think it was Sawyer who got in there. Sawyer kind of got caught up at the Bruins box trying to get over to his own bench and got a little fisticuffs there. And he's going off.
They're both going. So Fichaud and Sawyer will go. Sorry about that high PA feed there, folks. Trying to work with it. 9:11 left in period number 1. No score. Sawyer and Fichaud will each be assessed 2-minute minor penalties here.
IceCat penalty for roughing. Number 36, Kevin Sawyer. Providence Bruin penalty. Number 37, Eric Fichaud. Time of the penalty, 10:49.
10:49 on the coincidental minors. Teams will skate for side. A lot of open ice out there. Here's the draw. And it's won by the IceCats in the circle to the left of Fichaud. And then they gave it away. Here's a snapshot right in front by Beddoes. Fichaud the save, and then he dives out on the loose puck, covers up and holds on.
And he's doing an incredible job out there. He's got some unbelievable cat-like reflexes today.
Really does. He's, I'm not going to, you know what? I jinxed our guy last night. Peter Ricciardi told me about it today when I got in. John, I can't believe you did that. I did what? He said, you jinxed us. He said, we were leading 6-5, and then you raved about how Mike Buzak might win a game, and then bang, bang, the other team scored, so I'll never do it again.
All right, well, actually, Fichaud's playing lousy tonight. Thank God for the defense.
I knew I could count on you, Brian. All right, we're back to the action. We're off the draw. Widmer skates in behind the net, then fed the center ice area to Roberts. He gave it to LaPerriere, who steps over the Bruin line and fired off a shot, but we get a whistle and an offside. Kind of a slow reaction there by the linesman.
Well, you know, that may have been the one that Sawyer put in the bench. I think he's still trying to get the cobweb shook out.
1:37 left in the coincidental minors to Fichaud and Sawyer. 8 minutes and 48 seconds left in period number 1. We have no score. Face-off on the other side of the Bruin blue line in the neutral zone on the far side of the ice.
Right now we're seeing both goalies putting on a great clinic here.
Here's the draw, and it's won by the Bruins. Ted Crowley will just skate in behind the Bruin net for a little refuge and start the Bruin breakout. Here he comes out the near side, works his way to center ice, flipped it up the right wing, right on the stick of Tim Sweeney. He stops in the near circle in the IceCat zone. At the far point, Laviolette winds up and fires. That hit a leg. LaPerriere's got the rebound on the far boards. He skates to center up the right wing. Here's LaPerriere over the Bruin blue line. Gave it to Roberts. Closes in. Left it LaPerriere. Now to Widmer. He took it to the far corner. Widmer left it in behind the Bruin net for LaPerriere. He's being held there by Laviolette. Puck kicked to the near corner. Roberts has it. Brings it up the near boards. And he tried to feed the near point for Mitchell, but the puck sailed over the blue line to the neutral zone. Mitchell brought it back across. We get an offside.
Yeah, a little tough break there. He was a little too close to the line. Lost control of the puck as he came over.
8:09 to go in the first. Still no score. Still 58 seconds remaining in the coincidentals to Sawyer and Fichaud. And they'll bring the next face-off out to the neutral zone right in front of the Bruin bench, just on the other side of the Bruin blue line.
Seeing all the painters' caps. Look at the kids over in the HU Insurance alcohol-free family section over there. All the IceCats paws over there.
Oh, yeah, the paws, they always show up over there.
Scratch doing a job over there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a draw. Virtue brought it across the Bruin blue line, tucks it into the near corner, and he's working there against Dan Hodge. Puck squirts for Johansson, scoops it in front. Bailey, oh, he makes a beautiful save on a rebound of a shot by Virtue. Bailey just holds onto the puck with his glove. We'll get a face-off in the circle to his right.
Shades of the last game we played down in Providence here. I don't like it. I mean, Bailey's playing incredible again tonight.
We saw there a couple of days ago. I went up to Boston to the Fleet Center and saw the Bruins play the Montreal Canadiens. And their backup goaltender, his name escapes me right now, he didn't look that great.
Well, we may see these two switching places pretty soon.
I was having that same thought. In fact, I had that thought when I was up there. And, of course, Locker came in and shut the door. But notwithstanding, the other guy, he looked a little shaky. We're back to the action. Andy Johansson with the puck of the IceCats in. Drops it back for Rivers. He skates out to center ice. Up the left wing. Gave it over to Stales. Crosses the Bruin blue line. Flips it rink wide to Virtue on the near boards. Fed the slot for Johansson. He has to move it back out to center ice. He'll circle back to his own line. Shot it up the right wing. Stales got Virtue wide open at the Bruin blue line. Here he comes. He shoots. Oh, Bailey, another save. How does he do it? I'm telling you, folks, that's the way he looked in Providence. You people in the Centrum right now with the radios, that's how he looked in Providence. He stopped everything we threw at him. Uncontested breakaway by Virtue, and Bailey stopped him. Here the Bruins the other way. Cherviakov got it across the IceCats blue line in the near circle. Hartje tried to snap off a shot. That's ricocheted out into the neutral zone. The Bruins move it across the line into the IceCats zone down the near board. Stales has it there. Works it out to the right wing to Vallis. He tried to get it across into the Bruins zone. That's worked back to the IceCats blue line. Vallis has it. Got it ahead to Sawyer. He skates to center ice, and he lost it. Then Doherty got it back. Crosses the Bruin line, gave it away. The Bruins take it back. They shoot it off the far boards into the IceCats zone. Taken by Rivers. Oh, and he broke his stick when he tried to fire the puck back across to the near side. McCauley got it. Threw it in front of the IceCats net. Fichaud plucks it away. But McCauley got it back. At the far point, there's a shot by Laviolette, stopped by Fichaud, and then Fichaud dives on the loose puck and holds on. 6:24 to go in the first period. 0-0 is the score. Face-off will be in the circle to the right of goaltender Eric Fichaud. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Worcester IceCats Hockey. IceCats Hockey at Worcester's sports leader, AM 580 WTAG, Worcester. Welcome back to the Centrum. Brian Jensen, my old buddy, and John Wiedeman for Worcester IceCats Hockey. We played fifth grade math, 13 minutes and 36 seconds, and we have no goals.
No goals, and I mean, Bailey is looking great down there. I mean, you go back to that shot by Virtue.
Look out. The draw comes back to Laviolette at the far point. He scoops it on goal. Fichaud blocked it away, but the Bruins get it back on the near point. Clayton Beddoes scoops it down in behind the Cats net. Olsen works it around to the far boards in the corner. Taken by LaPerriere. Got it over the center ice. Logan Roberts crosses the Bruin line, put the puck through the legs of Crowley, but then couldn't get around him and go and pick it up. It's scooped away to the far boards by Bailey. Laviolette has it there. Works it across to the near side to Sweeney. Turns one way, then the other. Skates over the IceCats blue line with the puck. But we get a whistle, and offsides is called, as on the far side of the ice. Mr. Davis Payne was a step inside the IceCats zone. 5 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in period number one. No score.
You know, we go back again to the Terry Virtue shot over here, uncontested. I mean, Terry hung back in the Providence zone as the puck was coming out. And when the pass came into him, there was literally no Bruins within 30 feet of him. And he just walked in uncontested. Bailey just completely took the puck right out of his hands. It was incredible.
Yeah, he's on his game. I think Bailey wants to play in Boston more than he wants to play in Providence.
Can't blame him.
I think the pay's a little better up there.
A little bit. They get a little more food money, too.
Back to the action. Krister Olsen scoops the puck into the Bruin end. Dan Hodge backs up to the near circle and tosses it the length of the ice to the near corner in the Cats end. Sean Kane hustles back to touch. Icing call. 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first. Still no score. Face-off will be in the circle to the right of goaltender Scott Bailey in the Providence zone.
You know, John, you got to kind of wonder if a 1-0 game is a possibility here tonight.
Let's not...
Like I said, the goaltending's terrible tonight. What can I say?
Worst goaltending I've ever seen. Here's Roberts to face off for the IceCats. I believe that's Tim Sweeney for the Bruins. Hard to get a number right now.
That's Harche, excuse me. They drop the puck. Harche is able to pry it away. It's worked up the near boards to the point. Kane tried to keep it in, but it's knocked out the center ice. LaPerriere got it back for the IceCats. Turns and fires it into the far corner in the Bruin end. The puck slides in behind the net. We get a whistle and a penalty coming up here. I believe this is going to go to the Providence Bruins.
A tough call there. I mean, it was a little bit of a trip up by Todd Harche. Wow, blow out my ears.
Hey, we got a hockey game and a rock concert all at once, huh?
Green Day was here last night. I think they're still in the building.
Yeah, we can tell. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to get myself sued for what I say over the air. No way.
For interference at 14:36, 2-minute minor. It's a 2-minute minor penalty for interference. Number 37, Eric Fichaud at 14:36.
Now, they said Eric Fichaud, okay, but it was Todd Harche that went to the box. Looking down, I think I see Cloutier on the bench.
Well, he's laughing about it.
All right. Well, here we go. Face off to the right of Bailey. Won by the IceCats. Johansson scoops it back to the near point to Virtue. Got it back to Johansson near boards. Enters the near circle. Now backs up to the boards. Shot the puck to the near corner to Darby. Took it in behind the Bruin net. Here's Darby. Fed the near corner. Vallis came out. Got it to Darby. Side of the Bruin net. Here's Darby now the near corner. Tries to shoot it in front of the net. That's batted away by Cherviakov, and it ends up being sent out the center ice. Virtue's got it there to Johansson. Scoops it to the legs of Cherviakov. Crosses the Bruin line down the right wing. Now circles back to the far point by the near side. Virtue one-timer. That's kicked away by Bailey. And then Potvin took the rebound. He shot it off the near glass and all the way down the ice. 1:20 left on the IceCats power play. To the left wing, Rivers carries it over the line, got it to the far side. Poor Vallis brought it to the doorstep, a shot. Bailey makes the save, and he holds on. 40 seconds remaining on the IceCats power play. Face-off will be inside the Bruin zone, and they'll circle to the left of goaltender Scott Bailey. We have 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in period number 1. No score. HU Insurance, your insurance professionals, are proud to provide the HU Insurance alcohol-free family section at every IceCats home game. That's where your green paws are, right over there. Section 110, and it's full. Look at that. Totally. Yeah, pretty full.
We've got a pretty decent crowd here tonight.
A couple of empties, but you know, you're always going to get a couple of people that are going to be either at the concession stand or in the bathroom. So
when that first goal gets scored, you'll see them all come running in.
What did I miss? There's the draw, and it's taken by Laviolette for the Bruins. He shot it off the boards and all the way down the ice in behind the Cats net. Fichaud handles the puck there, then ran into one of the Bruins who hit the ice. And the referee, Dan O'Halloran, looking right at Cam Stewart, didn't call a thing. Now the puck is sent into the Bruin end of the near side. Quickly batted out of play by Ted Crowley. We get another stoppage of play.
I think Sawyer's been showing Fichaud how to take out the players. He cornered him in between the posts and just took him right down.
In Muskegon, back in Muskegon, Michigan, we used to give out a thing called the cheap seat check of the night. And it was a hamburger chain that used to sponsor it. And I would say I would award the cheap seat check of the night to the best hit of the night. And we'd play it back in the postgame. Well, at that level, a lot of times you can get away with things like that. I would have given Eric the cheap seat check of the night for that.
Well, we still got that one, too, with Sawyer also, once again, over here with the linesman.
Yeah, 2 bags of burgers. All right, here we go. Face-off taken by the Cats. Widmer scoops it over to Mitchell, who sent it down the far boards into the Bruin zone. Slides in behind the net. We got a penalty coming up here. Interference is going to be the call against Milt Mastad of the Bruins. So for the next 10 seconds, the IceCats will have a 5-against-3 advantage.
And Mastad's a little ticked off about that one. He's not too happy, but, you know, when you're playing in our building, we're going to get a couple of the scratchy penalty calls here.
Well, Sawyer was the guy that carried the puck. Actually, he was trying to work his way to in front of the Bruin net and to accept the pass.
Providence Bruin penalty for interference. Number 28, Milt Mastad. Time of the penalty at 16:26. That's a 2-minute minor for number 28 of the Bruins, Milt Mastad, for interference.
So 5-against-3, the situation for the IceCats with 3:34 remaining in the first period.
They've got 10 seconds with the 3-on-5, so let's hope they can convert pretty quickly here.
Here's Roberts to take the face-off against Clayton Beddoes. A couple of CCHA hockey players. They dropped the puck, and Tardif came away with it. Scoops it to the near corner for LaPerriere. That's taken away by Gruden, who wraps it around the boards. The first Bruin penalty is up. Rivers has it far point to Virtue near side. One-timer, kick save by Bailey. Over to Roberts, far corner. Scoops it in behind the Bruin net, LaPerriere. He's working against Laviolette. Left it in behind the net, Tardif. Now he got it over to Roberts. Back to the far point, Rivers. Back to Roberts, top of the far circle, winds and fires. That deflects away. And it's picked up by LaPerriere, far boards. He moves to the corner, got it to Tardif, back to LaPerriere. He got taken down, got his feet swept out from under him by Cherviakov there. No call made. IceCats control, Rivers far point, winds up and fires, and Bailey makes the save with a stick. Roberts got it back against the far boards. Roberts, in behind the net, LaPerriere. Here's LaPerriere near corner now. Left it for Tardif. He left it behind the net for Roberts, but Hartjay intercepts that for the Bruins and clears it all the way down the ice. 102 to go. 102 to go on the IceCats power play. Rivers carries the puck up the left wing of the Bruins zone. Worked it down the boards and around to the far point. Shot in deep by Virtue, but then it's worked right back out and down into the IceCats zone by Laviolette. Rivers retreats to pick it up, took it in behind the IceCats net, put on the brakes with 40 seconds to go on the IceCats power play. Jamie Rivers flipped it up the left wing to Darby. Carries it over the Bruin line. Left it to the far side. That's swatted out the center ice by Laviolette. He got it to Cam Stewart. He's over the IceCats line in the high slot, working against Mitchell. Mitchell leans into him. He made Stewart lose his balance, but Stewart fed the slot area to Laviolette. He snaps off the backhand. That was blocked by Vallis, who carries it in behind the Cats' net and scooped it up the right wing to Johansson. He skates over the Bruin line right wing. Fed the far point Olsen. Back to Johansson. Now to the deep slot, Mitchell. He got it back. Johansson, far circle, closes in. Now took it to the far corner, and he fell down on the puck. Crowley's got it there. Batted away by Vallis. Up to Johansson. Team's back to full strength. Now to Mitchell. High slot. Put it side of the net. Oh, and Vallis couldn't tuck it in the short side. Got the beautiful backdoor setup play. Vallis missed. Puck came out to Mitchell. High slot. Tries to flip a knuckleball toward the net. That's taken away by the Bruins. Ted Crowley, he lifts it to the IceCats blue line to Mark Potvin. He lifts it over everybody at the far corner in the Cats' end. Olsen bats it around the boards. That one took a weird bounce and hit the back of the net. Ends up in the near corner. And Mark Davis for the Bruins. Gave it to Clayton Beddoes. Skates up the near boards. Gave the puck at the near point to Hodge. They work it across ice far side. There's a shot by Gruden. That's turned aside by Fichaud. And then he covers up on the loose puck to the right of his cage and holds on. Under a minute to play in period number 1. No score, face-off in the circle to the right of goaltender Eric Fichaud in the IceCats zone.
I'll tell you, Bailey's getting all the help he can possibly ask for over there. IceCats hit a post on that last one. There was some great puck handling over there. Roy Mitchell was moving the puck around in great fashion during the last power play there. Just unfortunately couldn't come away with the goal.
With the cold weather having arrived, both IceCat corner team shops, one at 303 Main Street and the other in the Worcester Common Fashion Outlets, feature a variety of sweatshirts, windbreakers, Henleys, and the incredible IceCats starter jackets. Cold weather means hot IceCats apparel.
You know, and that IceCats starter jacket is a fantastic coat. I picked one up myself, and in Springfield last night, the fans were just thrilling over them. They were asking where they could pick them up. Springfield fans.
When are we going to get one of those? Now off the draw, the puck is set the length of the ice into the Bruin end. Virtue beat the Bruin defenseman Laviolette to the puck, but as he touches it, we get a whistle, and a two-line pass will be called, so the face-off will be brought back into the IceCat zone, just inside their blue line. That's a lot better than back in the face-off circle to the left of Fichaud, so you gain about, 30 feet?
Oh, yeah.
A little further away from the goal. I think Coach Roberts will take that.
Excuse me, absolutely.
35 seconds left in the first period, no score.
My throat's getting a little clogged up here. That broom ball game last night, still working on my throat like a fire in there.
All right. Here's Armstrong to take the draw for the IceCats against Clayton Beddoes for the Bruins. They drop the puck, and each muscle for it. It's worked free to Crowley at the high slot. He tries to shoot it toward the net that sails over the net. Ends up on the far boards. Beddoes winds up and fires. That's blocked away by Fichaud. Puck lifted in behind the net to Sweeney. He's tied up. He works it in front, and that's taken away by Armstrong, who charges out the center ice with the puck. But he was tied up there by Sweeney. Lost it. Sweeney got it back, crosses the IceCats blue line, gave it the far side for Davis Payne. His shot sails over the net. Taken on the near boards by Armstrong. He lifts it down into the Bruin zone on the near boards. Crowley's got it there. Gave it over to Laviolette as time ticks off the clock. We played 20 minutes. We have no score. We'll send it away to a break and tell you about it when we come back. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
the decorator's coming. I've got to get the house ready.
We can't afford a decorator.
Relax, Scrooge. It's free.
You're telling me we have a decorator coming to our house for free?
Yep, we'll get advice on wallpaper, paint, carpeting, window treatments. Now, don't get upset, but you might have to lose the lava lamp.
Oh.
We promise a visit from Edwards Paint and Decorating will be painless. From the first measurement to the last detail, Edwards will be there. Or stop by and discover the concept of affordable one-stop home decorating. Hunter Douglas window treatments, York wall coverings, Mohawk carpets, and luxurious California paint. All under one roof and all within your budget.
Honey, we could just move the lava lamp into the den.
How about if we just move you into the 90s?
Edwards Paint and Decorating, Route 9 and Otis Street in Westboro and Gold Star Boulevard in Worcester. No lava lamps, just the complete source for all your home decorating needs. And the price is right.
The giant paint is on sale. Save up to $8 per gallon. Interior, exterior paint's on sale. Edwards Paint and Decorating Centers, Worcester Gold Star Boulevard next to Percy's, and Route 9 Westboro across from Walmart.
IceCats hockey on WTAG. Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman, Brian Jensen for Worcester IceCats hockey. 20 minutes have been played, no goals scored. Had a bunch of penalties. Let's see, 17 and 12 equals 29 shots on goal. 12 by the IceCats, 17 by the Providence Bruins. We have no score. We've seen some great goaltending so far tonight.
Yeah, certainly the offense has been at a minimum here, but your goalies, I mean, once again, Bailey has picked up where he left off. And Eric Fichaud is playing incredible out there. I don't recall seeing any goalie in the AHL with the reflexes that Fichaud is showing to me out here tonight. I mean, Bailey is more of a flashy goalie. He gets the glove flying around and everything. But Fichaud just snaps that body around it and somehow keeps that puck from going in. And he's doing a great job out there.
You know, I was hoping we'd see Freddie Knipscher tonight out wearing the IceCats colors, but he's got the problem with the hip, and Coach Roberts has the luxury of having a couple of extra bodies in camp, and so he's gonna go ahead and go with a couple of healthy guys and let Freddie get healthy. He's an important guy. I think he could be the difference in a game like this tonight.
Oh, Freddie, absolutely. Of course, the fact that he came from the Providence Bruins and he, you always want to play against your former team and show them just how good you are, show them just what they gave up by letting you go. And I know Freddie's really upset about the fact he's not in the game tonight, but you're better off to stay out and let that injury heal before you come in and just break it up again.
IceCats were assessed 4 minor penalties in that first period, 3 to the Providence Bruins. And I'll tell you, Brian, I get the score sheets, and I often wonder from looking at them if the referees have like a little ticker, like an umpire in a baseball game has one of those little semi-triangular tickers that keeps track of ball strikes and outs. I'm wondering if the referees don't keep like a little ticker with them. So, okay, there's one penalty against the Bruins. There's one against the IceCats, and then they look and see, is it even up? Well, that usually ends up even at the end of the night.
That's pretty much what you can say, because near the end of the period here, they pretty much swallowed the whistle, and the IceCats had a chance to go on another 5-on-3 advantage when there was one penalty over in the corner. I don't know exactly what happened. It wasn't a called penalty, but it was worse than some of the penalties they've been sending people off for. It was unfortunate. We might have been able to capitalize on that.
All right, well, Tim Dumas has got quite a bit to tell you about in the way of sports, all kinds of other stuff going on right now, so we're going to send it back to the station, and we'll come back, and I'm going to be able to talk to a guy from the New York Islanders named Chris Pryor. He's going to give us some insights on the Islander talent, what's going on there, and then we'll have the second period for you, and we're going to have our celebrity color commentator, Mike Petralia. He's a radio guy from Boston and a good friend. He's going to be on to call a little color. Right now, we'll send it back to Tim Dumas. It's 0-0 after 1 here at the Centrum. Tim?
Thanks very much, John Wyman. Okay. Lots to run down, as John mentioned. We'll have scores from the NBA, the NHL, the AHL, and, of course, college football, both top 10 and locally. Here during our first intermission on AM 580 WTAG, the Cats and the Bruins scoreless after 1.
Did you know your vacuum loses up to 80% of its vacuum power as the bag fills? Hi, I'm David Orrick. Conventional vacuum cleaners have to lift the old dirt in the bag to make room for the new dirt. The more the bag fills, the more energy it takes to lift the old dirt. That translates into you working a lot harder than you should to vacuum your floors. Considering you buy a vacuum to help you, shouldn't you try an 8-pound Oric XL? The way an Oric picks up dirt, it maintains 100% of its cleaning power all of the time. So you can vacuum in about half the time, and that's something the others can't say. Call 1-800-989-4200 for a 15-day home trial. There's no obligation. And if you decide to keep it, you get my Oric portable vac. This one is so powerful it can pick up a bowling ball, and it's free. Or ask for a free brochure. That's 1-800-989-4200. And you won't be one of those people who buys a new vacuum that isn't any better than your old one.
We're standing inside an enormous hydroelectric dam in South America, part of a 5,000-megawatt utility, producing enough power to light up Massachusetts. Once owned by the government, this utility is now privately owned and managed. For us, this dam symbolizes the new energy sweeping through Latin America, Asia, and Eastern Europe, the energy of free markets and investment opportunity. We're GT Global, a leader in global mutual funds. To find out how you can invest in these regions, ask your financial advisor about the GT Global Emerging Markets Fund, or call 1-800-GT-GLOBAL for our free special report and prospectus. It contains more complete information, including the fund's current holdings, as well as charges, expenses, and the special risks related to investing in emerging markets, including political and currency risks, to read carefully before investing. GT Global. It's your world. Invest in it. 1-800-GT-GLOBAL.
On the Jordan Levy Show, you get opinions.
You recommend it. I blew my mother's brains out, and then I blew the rest of her head off because my father sexually assaulted me. Give me a break.
And more opinions.
I told you so, I told you so, I told you so.
And Jordan wants to talk to you.
I know that usually you agree with everything I say, but just in case you don't, that's okay.
The Jordan Levy Show.
I think he's getting screwed. What do you think?
Weekdays at 5 on WTAG.
After one period of play from the Worcester Centrum, the Providence Bruins and the Worcester IceCats are scoreless. Our second period is coming up in just a few minutes, but first, Tim Doom is here with a WTAG Sports Update. We'll start things off in the National Hockey League. One final to pass along from this afternoon. Detroit got 3 assists from Nicky Lidstrom, and they beat Dallas 5-1. Games in progress in the second period. Washington 1, the New York Islanders 0. These are first period scores. Pittsburgh 1, Philly 0. Montreal leads the Bruins 1-0. Toronto also leading Edmonton 1-0. And Hartford and Ottawa are scoreless. A little bit later on, Vancouver is at Calgary, St. Louis at San Jose, and New Jersey is at Los Angeles. NBA scores to pass along. The Celtics are at Chicago. That game starts at about 10 minutes. First quarter scores: Orlando over Atlanta by 3. Miami 19, Cleveland 17. Charlotte 22, Philadelphia 18. Indiana 26, Toronto 11. And Washington over Detroit 15-10. A little bit later on, New York is at Milwaukee. Golden State is at Dallas. San Antonio at Denver. And the LA Lakers are out in Seattle tonight. One final to pass along from the American Hockey League. The St. John's Leafs, the league leader in goals and points, were held to only 1 goal. But Fredericton scored only 1 goal themselves. That game is a final now, 1-1. St. John's and Fredericton play to a 1-all tie. Coming up, college football to run down from today, both top 10 and locally. And we'll also have some NFL news. The Cleveland Browns moving to Baltimore? We'll check that story in just a moment when we come back here on AM 580 WTAG. The Cats and the Bruins are scoreless after one period.
What makes your favorite restaurant isn't just the food, it's the service too. Well, Auto Care is the same. That's why Millbury Ford Mercury in Auburn is improving their quality care service with quality care standards. A full menu of ways to treat you better when you take in your Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury for service. Millbury Ford Mercury is striving to do things like give you an appointment within a day of your request, greet you and begin writing up your repair order within 4 minutes of arriving, make sure your car or truck is ready when promised, and have the answers you're looking for when you call. They're even offering specials on many quality care services. Right now, you can get a cooling system service for only $49.95. Millbury Ford Mercury will pressure test your cooling system, check all the hoses and belts, then drain, flush, and refill your car's cooling system with up to 2 gallons of antifreeze, all for only $49.95. So stop by Millbury Ford Mercury at the junction of Route 20 and 290 in Auburn and get the service you deserve.
Saturday, the
show heats up the ice the way only CBS Sports can. International superstars Crispy Yamaguchi, Paul Wally, Catherine the Bit, Providence Dean, and many more pair it up at the Northwestern Mutual Life World Team Skating Championship. Plus, Pat O'Brien runs down the 4-1-1 on college football on College Football Today. It's all Saturday, beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Show.
We're close to your home, right on the way, making life easy for you. Open every day, here when you need us, right in your neighborhood. Honey Farms, anytime you need us, we're right in your neighborhood.
Honey Farms has a very special price right now on Gorelick Farms Natural 2 Milk. Gorelick Farms Natural 2 Milk is a delicious, all-natural 2% milk. And right now, it's just $1.99 a gallon at all Honey Farms locations. You'll find over 40 Honey Farms locations in the Worcester County area, each open every day, 365 days a year. So stock up on Gorelick Farms Natural 2 Milk, just $1.99 a gallon, right now at a Honey Farms near you.
Anytime you need us, we're right in your neighborhood.
Second period action coming up from the Worcester Centrum as we continue here on WTAG. The Cats and the Bruins are scoreless after one period. Some more AHL scores to pass along to you. St. John's and Fredericton play to a 1-all tie, as I mentioned. St. John 2, Hershey nothing after one period of play. Syracuse and Adirondack on the back end of a home-and-home series. Syracuse wins last night 6-2, and they're leading after one period of play 1-0. Albany 2, Springfield nothing. That score is also after one period of play. College football now, top 10 action. Number 1, Nebraska easily over Iowa State 73-14. Number 3, Florida 58, Northern Illinois 20. Tennessee over Southern Mississippi easily 42-0 to the Volunteers at number 5. Number 6, Northwestern 21. Number 12, Penn State 10. Number 7, Michigan loses to Michigan State 28-25. Number 8, Notre Dame loses Ron Powlus but wins the game 35-17 over Navy. Number 9, Kansas State 49. Number 25, Oklahoma 10. And Colorado at number 10 beats Oklahoma State 45-32. Local scores: BC 10, Temple 9, Bucknell over Holy Cross 21-7, AIC 19, Towson State 17, and in overtime, Maine beats UMass 24-21. News from the NFL now. Cleveland Mayor Michael White says he'll fight to keep the NFL Browns in Cleveland. The Baltimore Sun says Browns owner Art Modell will announce a move to Baltimore on Monday. White asked the Browns fans to show up at tomorrow's home game with Houston with signs of support. He also added, "The Cleveland Browns are ours," adding, "Keep your hands off." We'll have NFL action here on WTAG tomorrow. The Patriots are at the New York Jets. That game starts at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 11 o'clock. We'll also have Sunday night football. Tomorrow night, it's Miami at San Diego. Airtime is at 8 o'clock. And, of course, Monday night football at 9 o'clock. Philadelphia is at Dallas. We'll send it back to John Wiedeman at the Worcester Centrum. He's with Chris Pryor from the New York Islanders as we continue here on WTAG.
Hey, how can I convince you to try Natural White toothpaste? Like your toothpaste, Natural White helps prevent cavities and control plaque. But it does more. It's a whitening toothpaste. For about the same price as your regular toothpaste, Natural White helps whiten and brighten your teeth like nothing else. Try it. If you don't see the difference, money back. Natural White for a beautiful white smile. It's a premium whitener at a regular toothpaste price. Natural White at drugstores, supermarkets, and wherever toothpaste is sold.
It was a fortress of mystery for 500 years, the home of the godlike emperors of China. And now Discovery Channel gives you the key to Forbidden City, the Great Within. Enter a kingdom where hundreds of millions were ruled from behind closed doors. Unlock the secrets of Forbidden City, the Great Within. A China Season world premiere event, Sunday night at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Only on Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
Oh, hey guys! We're in trouble. Oh, dear. Who? Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe? Yeah. Oglethorpe? Oglethorpe. You know, for the sake of the game, they ought to throw this
In San Quentin, he is a criminal element, the worst goon in hockey today.
Oh, yeah, real cemented. Yeah, big afro, 21-22, watch out for him.
He's not playing, he's suspended.
Well, welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman joined by Chris Pryor. He works in player development with the New York Islanders, the team that the IceCats have a one-year working agreement with. The Islanders were kind enough to send the IceCats developing players like Jarrett Deuling, Jason Widmer last year, and this year guys like Jason Strudwick, Andreas Johansson, and of course the guy in Golden Knight, Eric Fichaud. Chris, welcome to our humble airways.
Thank you. Very nice to be here.
You played for Jim Roberts down in Springfield a couple of years, did you not?
Yes, I did. I had the pleasure of playing with for Jim for 3 years. I also had players, and I split some duties and did some assistant coaching also. So I enjoyed the time spent with Jim. I learned a lot, and it's a pleasure to be working with him again.
It's looking to me like the Islanders have I'd say a pretty bright future with what I see of the developing talent here. They made the trade last year and got Darby. I think he's a comer. I think he's a kid in a few years that could end up in the show and do all right. But this kid Fichaud really impresses me. You guys had to be high on him right from the get-go.
Yeah, we're very happy with Eric right now. I mean, and also, you know, along with Eric, it's a position where we feel very strongly about. He's coming along. We see a bright future with him. We have 2 young goaltenders up in the island right now. We have another guy out in Utah. We feel very strong. Again, it's a bright future, and I don't think it's a position where you can never have too much of. And we're, along with our defense, and I think it's a solid base to build your team from.
Now, how about the Islanders, the club up at the NHL level? They got a guy named Todd Bertuzzi, I believe, is still playing there. Is there any chance that we may see him in Worcester? I hope.
Well, I think Todd, and we have another couple other younger kids. They're starting out nicely. It's going to take some time. People have to be patient because they're just kids, and coming on junior hockey is a big adjustment. And we feel happy with their progress, and as with the team, it's going to take some time, and I think people will be patient, but patience pays off, and good things will follow.
How do the Islanders, the hierarchy, guys like yourself, Darcy Regier, Al Arbor, how do you guys, Don Maloney, I don't want to forget to mention Don, but how do you guys feel about a guy that's been here, like here in Worcester for the last year, Jarrett Deuling, a kid that last year had kind of a tough go of it for the first half of the year. I think he kicked it into gear in the second half of the year, had a great second half, and he's come out flying in this year here. And then, if you would, your comments on Jason Widmer.
Well, you know, I just think it's such a big adjustment, and people don't realize from junior hockey to professional hockey, and it takes some kids some time. And Deuling and Widmer, obviously, Widmer had a real good, strong year last year. And Deuling, just like you mentioned, the second half of the season, he picked it up, and I think he's continuing on from where he left off last year. And I think it's unfair to put a label on these kids, whether they can make it or not make it after a year of American League hockey. I think you have to give them a couple of years and let them develop, let them mature, and get used to the league itself. It's going to take some time, and we're very happy with the way that these kids are coming along, their progress. They all have great work ethics, and I think that goes a long way. So I think the best is yet to come from those 2 and from some other players.
All right, Chris, thanks for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
That's Chris Pryor. He works in player development with the New York Islanders. Stay with us. We're going to come back with period number 2 right after this. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
With Election Day in Worcester almost here, it's time to return to Along the Campaign Trail, WTAG's award-winning program on politics. This Monday night, join me, Paul Suthill, and WTAG political analyst Ken Moynihan as we discuss this year's election in Worcester. Along the Campaign Trail, Monday night at 7. Then, join the entire WTAG news team for continuous live election coverage Tuesday night on Worcester's news leader, WTAG.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG. And welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman joined by Mike Petralia. Mike Petralia, a friend, and he is also the originator of a company called Sports Sound out of Boston. They provide sound bites to radio stations all across the country. I wanted to get Mike on because, for one thing, my relationship with Mike, he didn't know it, but it goes back to my radio days in Chicago when I used to produce a show there, and I used to take sound bites from your company. Mike, welcome.
Thank you very much, John, for having me, and little did we know our paths would cross like this.
Well,
You also work at radio station WBPS in Boston, and Rico Petroselli's sidekick. Rico's going to do some celebrity color with us, too. That has to be kind of an interesting job.
You know, I think after baseball, there's no question hockey is his favorite sport.
Good.
And he's really looking forward to it, and he follows the Bruins quite a bit.
All right, here we go. Second period underway, and off the draw, Jamie Rivers shoots it down the near boards into the Bruin end, picked up by Roberts in the far corner. Works it back around to the near boards. Steve Stales pokes it in deep. Taken there by LaPerriere in the near corner. He's wrestling with one of the Bruins. That's Beddoes for the puck. LaPerriere got it back in the near corner. And then he's checked into the boards by Crowley. The puck squirts free of the slot. And Rivers poked at it, but the puck is ended up being sent out to the neutral zone. Stales has it right at the IceCats blue line. It's deflected away. Roberts, he stepped on the puck and then fell. And then the Bruins get it back. Here's Sweeney skating up the left wing of the IceCats zone, centering pass. Laviolette one-timer. Fichaud the save, and he just smothered the puck in the goal crease.
John, both teams having outstanding performances from their goaltenders tonight, and one big reason I think both goalies are sharp is because they've been tested quite a bit. Worcester tonight is 0 for 3 on the power play. And Providence 0 for 4, much like their parent club, having trouble converting with the man advantage. And tonight, of course, they had that 2-man advantage for about a minute and 30.
Yep, and I don't think we're done with that yet. The way these two teams get together and play, of course, you saw them play last year a couple of times, these two teams. And being where you are geographically, it's kind of lend itself to a nice little position for you, so that when you want to report on one team or the other, you're less than an hour drive away.
Well, and then exactly, and that's one of those advantages of being in a hockey-rich area like New England. You get to see so many different styles of teams because of the expansion of the American Hockey League, and with Lowell coming into the league in 3 years, it'll make for even more opportunity.
All right, we're back to the action. Sawyer with the puck. Works it ahead to Darby. He dumps it into the far corner in the Bruin end. Back to collect is Dan Hodge. He tried to shoot it rink wide for Stewart. That pass hopped over his stick, slides all the way down behind the IceCats net. Krister Olsen touches, and we get icing. The face-off will come back in the Bruins zone in the circle to the right of goaltender Scott Bailey with 18:57 left in the second. No score.
Something I've noticed this year in Worcester, I mean, this is the third time I've seen them and the fourth time I've seen Providence. This Worcester team obviously has a lot more talent this year, and with the contract with the St. Louis Blues and also the affiliation with the Islanders, they have a lot more resources to draft from and to draw from. And certainly that's showing up on in terms of the quality of play.
Then you got to pull it all together. Now back to the action. Darby wins the draw back to Kane, who shoots it down the far boards. It came around to the near boards. Sawyer ran into Cherviakov, took him off the puck. Olsen got it back, crosses the Bruin line, fires a shot that's sticked away by Bailey. Puck ends up in the near corner, then in behind the Bruin net. Sawyer took a run at Harchie there. Harchie misses the check. The puck ends up along the far boards in the Bruin zone, and it's scooped the length of the ice by Martin Samard. Krister Olsen skates back to touch. We get icing. Then Harchie and Darby run together, and then Harchie's taken out of the picture. And Sawyer and Vallis are in to assist Darby. We get a whistle and a stoppage of play with 18:29 to go in the second period. We have no score, and I'm going to see we make it. I don't think we're going to get any penalties here. I think the linesman and the referee are just content to leave things as they are.
I don't know about you, John, but I'm not surprised to see Mr. Harchie with his stick up. He likes to play the physical, intimidating style of hockey, and he's one of certainly the prospects for the Boston Bruins. And right now, you got to be thinking that Harry Sinden and company are trying to build that team towards maybe becoming a lot more physical on their forward line, because that's where they're having trouble right now.
Here's a draw, came back to Whitmer, far point. He cranks a shot that's stopped by Bailey with a kick save, and the rebound is picked up by Mark Davis. He skates out of the Bruins zone up the right wing, working against Whitmer, and then Whitmer pushes him off the puck into the corner boards. Puck came out to the near point. Gruden a drive, that's turned aside by Fichaud. And then the puck is fallen on in the near corner by McCauley. He gave it to Davis, back to McCauley, tucks it in behind the net to Potvin. Whitmer's working on him, pushing him into the boards. Potvin kicks it free. Virtue, who lost his helmet, picks it up in the near corner. Virtue looks like a guy from the old 16 days of the National Hockey League. Scoops the puck up the left wing for Deuling. The pass is too far, and it's touched by Milt Mastad. We get icing called on the IceCats. Face-off will be back in the Worcester zone in the circle to the right of goaltender Eric Fichaud. 17:51 left in the second period. No score.
A lot of end-to-end hockey here, John, and not a lot of pace. That's a stark contrast to really that first period where there was a lot of control in the offensive zone. Of course, Providence doing a good job of getting shots on the goaltender, Fichaud, and Fichaud coming up big time. Fichaud celebrating his 20th birthday tonight with outstanding work in the goal.
Back to the action. Off the draw, David Roberts scoops it up the right wing to Tardif. He works it into the Bruins zone along the near boards. Left it there for Rivers. Delayed penalty coming up here to the Bruins. Puck in behind the Bruin net. Roberts put it to the doorstep. Stales. He couldn't tuck it in the near side. Tardif has the puck near point. Scoops it across to the far corner. LaPerriere's got it there. Enters the far circle. Scoops it in front for Tardif. Hopped over a stick to the near boards. Fed the near point. Stales winds up and fires that hit traffic in front. And then Sweeney touches on the far side. And a hooking call coming up here to the Bruins. We'll take a break and tell you about it when we come back. 17-18 for the second. No score. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
AM 580 WTAG and Midas Muffler can be your ticket to Pittsburgh to see the Patriots take on the Steelers. To win air transportation, hotel accommodations, and 2 tickets to the game December 16th. Just stop by any participating Worcester County body shop and put your name in the box. Or mail a postcard to WTAG, P.O. Box 58, Westside Station, Worcester 01602. Then be listening 7:15 Monday morning, November 20th, to hear Steve Battle read your name. Win your tickets and see the Patriots battle against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. From Midas Muffler and Worcester's Patriot Station, AM 580 WTAG.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG. Back to the Centrum face-off in the Bruins zone at the top of the right face-off circle from Bailey. It's Hartje against Roberts. I'll tell you an interesting tidbit about Hartje in a minute. Roberts won the draw back to Virtue in the slot, put it in front for Tardif. He couldn't handle the puck, got it back on the near boards. There's Tardif. Got it to Roberts, near circle, closes in, tries a little wraparound that hits a skate, ricochets to the near corner. Tardif's got it. Pokes it to LaPerriere. Tried to work it up the boards to Roberts. Cherviakov took it away. Got it ahead to Stewart. They got a 2-on-1. Stewart pokes it ahead. Hartje pokes it toward the goal. Glove save by Fichaud, and then he scoops it away with the stick to the near boards to Roberts. He shot it rink wide. That was intended for Virtue. Puck rolls over to Tardif. He skates into the Bruins zone down the left wing, fed the far point Rivers. Shot it back down the boards to the corner for Tardif. Back to Rivers now, far corner. Here's Rivers. Works his way up the boards. Got it to LaPerriere. Back to Rivers, far boards. Side of the net, Tardif looks to put it in front for LaPerriere. He just misfired on the pass. And LaPerriere got to the puck near corner. Here's LaPerriere trying to work it away from Cherviakov. Got it to Roberts. Back to LaPerriere near corner. And he took himself down and off the puck, but he's able to work it back to Rivers on the near boards. We get a whistle and a penalty call coming up here against the IceCats. David Roberts giving an earful to referee Dan O'Halloran on the way in.
I wonder if the Worcester IceCats see something in the way Providence has been killing power plays, because just moments ago, LaPerriere skating in front without really any defense on him. And had he had his stick down, he probably would have scored. Moments ago, when they were even strength, Vallis also skated in front of Bailey, could not get the shot off, went off his stick, and the puck went behind the boards. But 2 golden opportunities in the last 2 minutes or so of this second period. Still no score.
So David Roberts sent off for slashing at 3:44, period number 2. Teams are 4 aside. Face-off taken by the Bruins' Dan Hodge back in the Bruin end. Scoops it off the far boards out to center ice, collected there by Wiedeman. Shot it rink wide for Darby right at the IceCats bench. Oh, he missed a check from Gruden, and Gruden hit face first into the ledge in front of the IceCats bench. Sick play on. Gruden's a tough kid. Here's Darby. Caught the puck, skates into the Bruins zone, threw it in front of the net. Hodge nearly knocked it into his own net. But it ends up along the far boards. Bill McCauley's got it, being chased by Vallis. McCauley scoops it over to Hodge. Moves it ahead to Gruden. Back up to Hodge on the right wing. Shot it down the boards and behind the Cats net to the near corner. Mitchell fought then for the puck. Mitchell came away with it. Got it over to Wiedeman. Outlet pass onto the stick of Vallis over the center ice logo. Carries it across the Bruin line, the far point. Put on the brakes. And then tossed the puck in behind the Bruin net. Darby got to it there in front of Bill McCauley. But then it's taken back by Laviolette for the Bruins. He skates out 2 against 3. And he just dumps the puck down the near boards and in behind the Cats net. The IceCats now killing off a penalty. Mitchell with the puck on the far corner. Sends it off the glass and all the way down into the Bruins zone behind their net. Daly stops it and gives the puck there for Laviolette. He turns and fires it up the left wing. That pass was intended for Sweeney. Sweeney got it, gave it back to Laviolette. Got it across to the far side. It's sent down the boards and into the Cat zone. And now center right in front of Crowley. A wrist shot. Fichaud the save as he smothers the puck with his chest and then puts the blocker and the glove on top of the puck and holds on. 32 seconds left and the penalty to David Roberts. Face off inside the IceCat zone in the circle to the right of goaltender Eric Fichaud.
Fichaud making a lot of good stick saves and saves low in the crease tonight, and that's one thing that I guess, a lot of perspective or a lot of coaches look for in terms of prospects, and that is how well you save low. Because you can save high with your glove or your blocker. You can't always get the puck down where you can't see it, and that's where the screens are most effective. But Fichaud doing a good job of stopping the puck on the ice tonight.
14:48 left in the second period. Still no score. Bruins still have 32 seconds of power play time remaining. Armstrong to face off against Beddoes. Beddoes won the draw. Back to Crowley in the deep slot. He tosses it into the far corner in the Cats' end for Simard. He left it to the far board. Sweeney had the far point. Laviolette now the near circle. Crowley a shot, and Fichaud the save. And he kneels down on the puck just outside of his goal crease and holds on. We'll get a face-off to his right in the IceCats zone. 18 seconds remaining on the minor penalty to David Roberts. 14 minutes and 34 seconds left in the second period. Still no score.
The Providence Bruins today making a move, reassigning John Gruden to Providence while they call up someone I was impressed with, Mark Cornforth, early in the season, today to Boston, along with centerman Ryan Hughes.
Jerry Cheever's in the crowd tonight here at the Centrum watching this Baby Bees. Back to the action. Face-off taken by the Bruins on the near boards. Simard, he came out to the near point, fired a shot. LaPerriere got a piece of that. And he got to the puck on the near boards and scoops it out to center ice. Taken there by Sweeney. Got it across the IceCats line, right wing to Beddoes. He snaps off a shot that sails over the net, hit the glass, slides up the boards and all the way down to the IceCats line. Crowley picks it up, turns and fires it up the boards to Cloutier, but we get a whistle and a two-line pass is called. 14:10 left in period number 2. No score. Face-off inside the Bruins zone. The Bruins zone just inside their blue line, just to the right of the IceCats bench. Consider HU Insurance as part of the home team. HU Insurance is on your side in getting legitimate claims paid properly.
Providence Bruins getting a lot of shots on Fichaud in the second period. I'd say at least 9 to 10. And they have really controlled the tempo when it comes to shots on goal, out shooting Worcester 17 to 12 in the first period alone.
Now back to the action. Face-off shot out to the neutral zone. Sean Kane handles it on the far side. Got it into the Bruin end. And Cherviakov scoops it back out. A shot back in. Then LaPerriere ran into Cherviakov in the neutral zone. Knocked him right on the seat of his pants. Roberts carries the puck over the Bruin line. He gave it to Tardif beside the net. He's checked off the puck. And it's picked up there by Hodge for the Bruins. He sent it off the far boards intended for Hartje. That's intercepted by Sean Kane. He sent it down the boards and behind the Bruin net. Hodge has it there. Wraps it around the boards to the left wing to Cloutier. He works it out to Cherviakov over the center ice logo. Shot it into the far corner in the Cats' end. Slides in behind the net. Fichaud is there to give it to Kane. Works it across to Roberts. His outlet pass is intercepted by Cherviakov. High slot. That's stopped by Olsen, who worked it up the left wing. Roberts. Now to the right wing. Darby. Over the Bruin line. Got Roberts wide open in front of the net. Couldn't get the pass to him. Puck ends up along the near boards. Scooped up by Cam Stewart of the Bruins. Skates into the IceCats zone up the left wing. Then had his pocket picked by Wiedeman. Nice play by Jason Wiedeman. He moves it out up the left wing. Roberts got it to Darby over the center ice logo. Long wrist shot is kicked away by the defenseman John Gruden to the near boards, and the Bruins take it away. Davis lifts it out to center ice, and Mitchell took it back for the IceCats. Got it ahead to Vallis. Scoops it into the Bruins zone left wing to Sawyer. Wrist shot. Bailey the save. Look out. Oh, it just does stay out of the net. Lindsay Vallis has his arms raised in the air. The red light did not go on behind the net. Now we got pushing and shoving, and it's Kevin Sawyer talking it over with Milton Astad, the Bruins defenseman. And
Mark Davis saved a goal right there and could have almost been called a penalty shot. We saw one of those at the Boston Garden the other night when the Red Wings got a penalty shot on Blaine Locker. He came up big. Scott Bailey was under pressure there, and it was Davis coming up, getting his left hand down, the glove over the puck, and I'm surprised that wasn't called a penalty.
Roy Mitchell discussing that very thing with referee Dan O'Halloran. Nothing is called. The face-off will be in the circle to the right of goaltender Scott Bailey in the Bruins zone. The IceCats wish a speedy recovery to the best merchandising director in minor league sports, Kathleen Paris. She is at home recovering after being in hospital for a while. Get well soon, Kath. And now they're going to move the face-off out to the neutral zone on the other side of the Bruin blue line, far side of the ice. 12:44 left in the second period. Still no score.
Scott Bailey has not been tested as much as Eric Fichaud in this second period, but when he has, he's come up sharp.
Here's a draw taken by the Bruins' Mark Davis. He steps over the IceCats line and fires a shot that's blocked away by Fichaud. And then the Bruins get it back. Oh, we got a scrap now. Here's Kevin Sawyer throwing him with Potvin. Sawyer and Potvin stuck in a couple of short lefts. Now Sawyer with a top and a couple of rights. And then he rips Potvin's helmet off, but the two of them then tumble to the ice. We'll take a break and tell you about it when we come back. 12:34 for the second. No score. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
Hey, Pam, where are my hockey skates? I'm thinking about trying out for the IceCats as a side job.
Oh, Jerry, come on. Don't be ridiculous.
Well, why not? I used to be a good player in college.
That was 15 years and 30 pounds ago. And besides, if you play for the IceCats, there will be a lot of practices, which means you won't be able to go to J.J. O'Rourke's very often.
Well, J.J. O'Rourke's? Oh, Pam, what was I thinking? For good times and casual dining, come to J.J. O'Rourke's at the junction of Routes 9 and 20 in Northborough.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG.
We're back to the Centrum. John Wiedeman and celebrity colorman Mike Petralia. I think
I've never been,
cool.
To be honest with you, I've never been called a celebrity, so I appreciate it.
You can go back and tell Rico, hey,
yeah.
I'm a celebrity now. A little respect here.
You've got
Rico will still say, go empty the trash.
And you've got a hard act to follow, young man.
All right, well,
that's what I'll say.
I have fun. We have fun. Isn't radio a good time?
Yes, it is.
It's fun work to do when you can get it, let me tell you. All right, well, we're back to the action. The face-off controlled in the IceCat zone by the Bruins, and then Hartje gave it away, but Bruins got it back. Here's Samar from the slot, a drive. Fichaud the save. The rebound trickles away to Deuling, and now Fichaud having at it with one of the Bruins. Here's Johansson for the IceCats. Over the line, a drive. Turned aside by Bailey. Then he covers up on the loose puck to the side of his cage as that puck ricocheted off the backboards and came right out. 12:07 to go in the second. No score. Andy Johansson just showed me a shot. I didn't know he had a cannon like that.
But give credit to Steve Staios and Terry Virtue, the two defensemen back there, for clearing the puck quickly. The Bruins were able to get two shots on Fichaud, and then they got the puck right out of there. Good back-checking.
Face-off will be in the circle to the left of goaltender Scott Bailey in the Bruin end. 12:07 to go in the second period. No score. Johansson will take this draw for the IceCats. And I think Hartje's going to take the draw for the Bruins. Hartje wrote a book called Behind the Red Line. Interesting book about his 1 year he spent playing for a team called Sokol Kiev in Russia. And he asked them when he got over there, they said, do you want to be treated like an American or like one of the guys here? He said, don't treat me any different than you would one of the guys here. And it's a fascinating book. Gives you a new perspective on being an American, let me tell you. Here's the draw, and it's taken by the IceCats at center ice. Virtue tried to turn and dump it into the Bruin end. That hit Hartje, ricocheted over to Staios. He lifts it across the ice to the left wing to Deuling. He scoops it down the boards into the Bruin end. And then Hodge tried to clear it out, held in by Virtue at the far point. He dumps it to the far corner. Johansson gave Hodge a rough ride in the corner, trying to pry the puck free. There is Hodge now. Johansson took it away, got tripped, no call made. Deuling got it far circle, put it in front for Virtue, trying to sneak in from the backside, and that's batted away.
A very hard-hitting second period, to say the very least. And the good thing about this is we're seeing the intensity of the game pick up. And you look at the scoreboard, it's 0-0. You kind of expect that, but you don't see really anything too chippy. And, yes, we've seen a couple of scraps, but nothing chippy. And I'm sure these coaches would rather see their teams be physical, get involved maybe in a rough scuffle or two. But there's no, for the most part, we mentioned one high stick early in the second period, but besides that, there's been nothing really too much after the play that's been uncalled for.
We'll get a call here.
Penalty to number 28, Andreas Johansson, for roughing. 2-minute minor at 9 minutes. That's a 2-minute minor for number 28, Andreas Johansson of the IceCats for roughing.
Johansson sent off. You just heard it. Roughing the call. Bruins get a power play with 11 minutes to go in period number 2. No score. Face off in the circle to the left of Scott Bailey in the Bruins zone. LaPerriere will take it for the IceCats against Beddoes for the Bruins. And LaPerriere pries it away, but the Bruins get it back. Laviolette has the puck in behind the Bruin net. He'll start their breakout. Here's Laviolette. Skates out in front of his net. Flipped it across to Crowley. Carries it over the center ice logo. Shot it into the far corner in the Cats' end. Slides around to the near boards. Laviolette's got it there. Then lost it. Then got it back. And gave it to Sweeney in the near corner. Here's Sweeney. At the near point to Beddoes. Back to Sweeney, near boards. To Laviolette, near point. Over to the far point, Crowley. To the deep slot, Laviolette to the near circle, Sweeney. Back to Laviolette, high slot. Put it toward the net. That's deflected away by Olsen. It's in behind the IceCats net. Beddoes has got it there. Being wrapped up by Olsen. Poked the puck free to the far corner. LaPerriere had it and then lost it. Bruins get it back. Crowley dumps it to the far boards for Sweeney. Now to the corner, Beddoes came out to the far circle, closes in, fed the deep slot for Crowley, faked a shot, now scoops it side of the net for Beddoes. His shot went right through the goal crease, picked up by Roberts near corner, shot it off the boards, and out to the neutral zone where LaPerriere pokes it back to the Bruin line. 59 seconds left on the Bruin power play. And Ted Crowley shot the puck down the boards for the Bruins. It ends up behind the net. Fichaud scoops it over to Roberts, who fires it with authority the length of the ice.
They'll take that opportunity for a line change, both teams.
44 seconds left on the Bruin power play. Here they come on the attack. Hartje caught a pass in his skates right in front of the IceCats bench and lost the puck. Bruins get it back. Rudin sends it across the far side. Hodge ran right into a hit check from Jason Widmer. And then the puck rolls beside the net for Fichaud. He tries to clear it. Ends up with a stick of Armstrong. He tries to get it ahead to Deuling. Deuling had turned the wrong way, and the puck slides beside the Bruin net. Bailey scoops it to the far corner in the Bruin end. 16 seconds to go on the Bruin power play. Here's Dan Hodge. Works it across to the near side for Gruden. Ran into Armstrong, but Gruden carries on over the center ice logo. Then in over the IceCats line in the slot. That's kicked away by Mitchell to Deuling. He turns and fires the puck up into the crowd with 2 seconds remaining on the 2-minute minor penalty to Johansson.
John Gruden doing a good job avoiding the hit by Armstrong, showing why he's regarded as one of the best young skaters in the Bruins organization, and carrying the puck all the way into the offensive zone, looking a little bit like Raymond Bourque right there.
Face-off will be in the face-off circle to the left of goaltender Eric Fichaud. 9:02 left in the second period. Still 2 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Johansson.
I should say taking a page out of the Raymond Bourque book. I don't think anybody looks like Raymond Bourque. I'm sorry if I offended any Raymond fans out there.
Don't worry. If there are Raymond Bourque fans out there, then they're not paying attention to what the Bruins are doing tonight.
That's true.
We're back to the action. The face-off is taken by Mastad, who fired one toward the IceCats net. That ricocheted around and down into the Bruins zone behind their net. Mastad collects, tries to send it out of the zone, and the Bruins are able to work it down into the IceCats end. Mitchell's got it between the rings. Shot it off the near boards for Virtue. Ricochets out to Darby. And right in front of the Bruin bench, Darby gave it back to Mitchell, who shot it rink wide. That's picked off by Davis. He carries it over the IceCats blue line to the slot. He took a shot that hit traffic in front. Mitchell's got the puck in the far corner. Scoops it off the glass on the far side. This will sail the length of the ice. And they waved the icing. Cherviakov took his sweet time getting back to the puck, hoping that the linesman would give him an icing, but none called. Here's Mastad with the puck. Works it ahead to Cloutier over the IceCats line in the slot. He took a shot that deflected to the corner. Roberts has it there. Works it behind his own net to the near corner, Tardif. Put it off the near boards to Darby on right wing. He worked it up the boards to Roberts right in front of the Bruin bench. Shot it rink wide for Stales. He protects the puck and then bats it down the far boards into the Bruin end. Crowley scoops it back to the IceCats line. Rivers has it, gave it to Stales. Oh, and Stales got hit from behind with a hard check. Puck sent into the Bruin end. And Crowley moves it up the boards to the far side for Davis. He avoids a hit from Rivers. And he sends the puck into the IceCats zone far corner. Roberts has it there. Gave it ahead to Ian LaPerriere. Over to Rivers now to the near side. Works it to center ice. Got it ahead Tardif. Moves it down the near boards into the Bruin zone near corner. Crowley back to collect. Tried to shoot it to the far corner. Look out, that deflects away. LaPerriere kicks at it with the skates. Roberts took it away. Tried to get it to Tardif in the far circle. The Bruins take it back with a 3-on-2. Sweeney got it over the IceCats line to Davis Payne on the right wing. He tried to work it in front of the net. That ends up being hit in behind the net. And Jamie Rivers collects for the Cats. Works it up the left wing boards to Roberts. Got it to the neutral zone. He got it onto the stick of Johansson, who got hit with a check. And we got a penalty coming up here to the Bruins. Now, Roberts sends the puck across the ice to the near boards in the Bruin end. Beddoes touches, and we got a penalty coming up here. IceCats power play coming up when we return. 6:58 for the second. No score. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
This is attorney John Alexandrov of the law firm of Alexandrov and Metzger. Join me Sunday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. for It's the Law. We'll discuss the legal issues of the day, answer your calls and legal questions, as well as interview experts on various legal topics. That's It's the Law with me, John Alexandrov, Sunday evenings at 7 o'clock, here on AM 580 WTAG.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG.
We're back to the Centrum. John Wiedeman and Mike Petralia for Worcester IceCats hockey. Face-off inside the Bruins zone at the top of the left face-off circle from Bailey. And it's tucked away from Virtue and down into the IceCat zone along the near boards. Jamie Rivers skates back to pick it up for the Cats. He'll take it in behind his net for a little refuge. Put on the brakes, now works it up the right wing boards to Virtue, skates to center ice, flipped it rink wide to Darby, playing the left wing. That ricocheted off his skates, taken away by Harchie, sends it deep into the IceCat zone. Sweeney got to it in front of Rivers, then Rivers bashed Sweeney into the ice. Virtue took the puck, flips it up the left wing to Darby, skates into the Bruins zone, has the puck on the far boards. Here's Darby, and he got it in the skates of the referee O'Halloran. Virtue took it away to Rivers near side, one-timer, sailed by the net. Darby got it back backhand. That's turned aside by the defense. Here come the Bruins with another 3-on-2, led by Stewart. He works it across the IceCats blue line in the high slot, and then just decides to push the puck in behind the Cats net to kill off a little time. Rivers picks it up with 1:06 on the IceCats power play. Rivers skates out the center and then put the pass behind himself. That's intercepted by Tim Sweeney. Carries it over the IceCats line down the far side, and he snapped off a shot that was deflected away. Here's Tardif the other way for the IceCats. Skates over the center ice logo, down the left wing into the Bruins zone. Tardif now worked it right in front for Roberts. That hops over his stick to the near boards. Whitmer got it. He tried to get it down to to Roberts on the near boards. Taken away by the Bruins. Laviolette gets a pass. Headman pass. He's over the IceCats line. Snaps off a shot. Sails wide of the net. Picked up by LaPerriere. Skates up the left wing into the Bruins zone. Drop past Roberts in the far circle. Roberts backs up to the far board. Sends it to the near point to Mitchell. Now to the high slot for Whitmer. Sent the puck side of the net for Tardif. To the near boards. Roberts back to Mitchell. High slot. Winds up. Fires. Bailey the save. Roberts on the rebound in the near circle. High slot. Mitchell a drive. Bailey the save. Rebound loose in front. And it's in the skates of LaPerriere. He got it side of the net to Tardif. Now to Roberts near circle. To the far side for Whitmer. To the deep slot. Mitchell. Near side Roberts in the near circle. Roberts closes in. Put it on goal. That hit a skate. And the penalty is up. The Bruin man is out of the box. Team's back at full strength. The Bruins send the puck the length of the ice. Fichaud out of the net. Works it up the left wing to Whitmer. He got it up the left wing to Deuling. He crosses the Bruin line, gave it to Virtue, tries to get it in front for Armstrong. Popped over his stick to the near corner, and Cam Stewart's got it for the Bruins.
Crowley did a great job back there for Providence, clearing the way and making sure there'd be no screen in front of Bailey so he could see the shot.
Now the play in the IceCat zone in the far corner. Jason Whitmer with the puck. He's pushed into the boards by Simard. Puck slides up the boards for Deuling. Two Bruins collide. Armstrong takes the puck, leads a 3-on-2 for the Cats. Gave it to Olsen, crosses the line, a drive, sails over the net. Picked up by Harchie behind the net. He got it to Gruden, and then Gruden is hammered by Armstrong with a check. The Bruins take control. Cam Stewart to center ice up the left wing. He'll just dump it down the boards and in behind the Cats net. Krister Olsen scoops back to pick it up. And he got it up the left wing to Deuling. Deuling out to the neutral zone. Will lift it into the near corner in the Bruin end. Back to collect it there is Stewart. Skates in behind his net. Threw it to the right wing boards for Beddoes. He shot it rink wide in the neutral zone to Sweeney. He avoids a hit from Rivers, who took the puck away and sent it down the near boards into the Bruin end. Hodge back to collect. Works it around the boards, kept in by Darby. Got it to the far circle, Sawyer. To the far corner, Vallis. Bad the slot, Stales closes in and shoots. Got it back, shoots, and it just went wide.
Missed an open net.
And then the puck sent up the boards, held in by Rivers. Scoops it toward the net. That hit traffic and ricocheted to the near corner, Beddoes. He worked it up the boards, held in near point, Stales. Closes in, winds up, fires. That hit traffic in front. Rivers got it far corner. Scoops it toward the net. That batted away. Rivers got it back far boards, fed the far point, Vallis. Shot it to the corner for Sawyer. Left it in behind the net. Darby put it to the doorstep. Look out, Vallis tries to tuck it in. He's laying on Bailey. The pass, the puck comes free to Sawyer. Now to the high slot, Stales. He winds up and fires it wide. Rivers got it back. Shot it toward the Bruin net. Finally, Bailey smothers the puck and holds on. Great pressure by the IceCats. Several glorious chances to score. Bailey was able to keep them at bay. 2:53 left in the second period. Still no score. The faceoff will be in the Bruin zone in the circle to the right of goaltender Scott Bailey.
As you mentioned, without question, the most pressure, John, that they've had on Scott Bailey the entire game in that 45-second flurry of activity. And Vallis kind of sneaky, hiding out to the left-right side of Scott Bailey, came in to take that pass from behind the net and almost got the puck underneath the left pad of Bailey. This has been a great tight checking game, especially in the neutral zone. We've seen lots of hits. A couple of the fights that we've seen in this game have happened in neutral ice, which is indicative of a tight checking game.
Okay, now here's the stall tactic right here. Laviolette broke his own stick, and he's over at the bench now. Is this the right one? No, I don't think that's... No, I think I'll... No, oh, here's the right one. Let me see if I can give my goaltender a little more rest. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to IceCats Hockey.
IceCats Hockey at Worcester's sports leader, AM 580 WTAG, Worcester.
Back to the Centrum. Face off to the right of Bailey in the Bruin end. It's Roberts against McCauley for the Bruins. Roberts took the draw himself, took it to the corner, left it behind the Bruin net. LaPerriere being worked over there by Crowley. Perrier got free, got it to Roberts. He's pushed into the boards by Crowley. Roberts kicks it free to LaPerriere. Now to Tardif, far side. To the far point, Whitmer shoots it toward the net. That came back. There's a shot from in front by LaPerriere. Bailey, the save. And Bailey smothers the puck once again. 2:31 left in the second, no score. Face-off will be in the circle to the left of Scott Bailey in the Bruins zone.
What do you think, John? Eric Fichaud enjoying the 10-minute breather or so, 5-minute breather that he's had. A lot of the play, the ice has been tilted towards the Providence end the last 5 minutes, and that's really important, of course, at home. Worcester taking advantage of the crowd here, and it's one of the loudest arenas, as you know, in the AHL.
I tell you, got to take advantage of the home games. You got to play well in front of your home crowd. They played well tonight. We've played nearly 2 periods, and no goals have been scored. Here's the face-off. Johansson will take it for the IceCats against Hartje for the Bruins. Hartje's been tossed out of there.
Another big reason.
Johansson, excuse me.
Sorry about that. Another big reason for the 0-0 score is Providence has been sending at least one forward back to help on defense, and it's been hard for Worcester to get any odd man rushes like Providence has had on Worcester.
Face-off controlled by the Bruins, and in behind the Bruin net is John Gruden. He shoves the puck up the left wing for Stewart. The pass was just a couple of feet ahead of him. Slides into the near corner. Stewart skates to the puck and touches it. The whistle blows. They're going to call a 2-line pass, and Stewart has given it to this linesman, claiming that that is the incorrect call. But nonetheless, the face-off will be brought back into the Providence zone, right over the Wheat Thins logo, just about 10 feet inside their blue line, right below us.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's arguing. Samar is also talking to the linesman, asking how a pass from about 85 feet away can be considered a pass when it hits the boards first.
Now Bobby Francis giving instructions to his forward, Martin Samard. O'Halloran skates over to have words with Bobby Francis at the Providence bench. No doubt something like, let's go, let's get this game going here. All right, Johansson will take the draw against Hartje for the Bruins. Here we go. Face-off taken by Krister Olsson. He winds up and fires from the near point. That one handcuffed Bailey, but he stopped it with the blocker and then covered up on the loose puck with his glove. Get another stoppage of play and another face-off in the Bruins zone. In the circle to the left of Bailey. He looks cool in the net tonight. He looks unbeatable.
Both goaltenders look sharp there. A long shot and Bailey not allowing the rebound, which is very important because on a longer shot, there's more opportunity for players to hang around the net and try to get a rebound.
Here's the draw taken by Gruden for the Bruins. Works it in behind his net, then threw it up the left wing to Hartje. He pokes it ahead for Stewart. He and Olsen are in a foot race to the near corner. Olsen got to the puck first, threw it in beside his net. Fichaud tries to pluck it away. Hartje got it, centered it in front. The IceCats take it away. Virtue up the right wing. He's unable to work it across the Bruin line. Gruden got to it first and poked it into the IceCats bench, so we got another stoppage of play. 1:52 left in period number 2. 0-0 the score. The face-off about, what would you say, 4 feet just to the Bruin side of the center ice red line right in front of the bench area.
Let me get my yardstick, John.
Do we have any calipers in the building? Special hello to my buddy Scotty Luce down in Oxford. I haven't said hi to Scotty in a long time.
Providence has done a good job all year in defense, but they've had problems getting the puck in the net, having scored only 27 goals this season. So to see them shut out with 1:44 left in the second period, no surprise.
All right, we're back to the action, and off the draw, the puck sent deep into the Bruin zone. And icing is called as Mark Davis got to the puck in front of Lindsay Vallis for the IceCats. So the faceoff is going to be brought back into the IceCat zone. And a circle to the left of goaltender Eric Fichaud with 1:41 remaining in period number 2 and no score.
One thing both teams have to be cautious of here is after you get this far into a hockey game and you get close to the end of the period like we are here with 1:41 left, there's a tendency maybe psychologically to relax thinking you'll go in scoreless, and that's when a mistake might happen.
Yep, and it almost did right there. Off the draw, Potvin fanned on a shot. The puck's sent to the far boards. Vallis has it, scoops it out to Sawyer, skates up the left wing into the Bruins zone. The puck was poke-checked off of his stick just as Sawyer's feet went across the blue line, and then Sawyer reached back with his stick and dragged the puck back across the Bruin blue line, and as he did, he put himself offside. So the faceoff comes out to the neutral zone on the other side of the Bruin blue line on the far side of the ice. With 1:29 left in the second period, still no score.
I also love to see what the goalies do during timeouts. It's some of that activity off the puck or off the action, if you will, that they keeps themselves mentally sharp because they are really in the play so little during a hockey game, and they're called upon to be sharp at certain junctures of a game.
Here's LaPerriere to take the draw against McCauley for the Bruins. They drop the puck. LaPerriere pries it away to Rivers. Works it to the near boards for Stales. Got it across the Bruin line. LaViolette took it back, tries to clear. Stales kept it alive, dumps it in behind the Bruin net. Tardif got it there, gave it to LaPerriere. He went one way, then the other. Got cross-checked to the ice, no call made. And then Potvin picks up the loose puck, flings it the length of the ice. Steve Stales is back to touch for the IceCats, and we got icing. 1:08 to go in period number 2. Face-off back in the Bruin zone to the right of Scott Bailey. And still, with nearly 2 periods complete, no score.
And as you know, John, a lot of times you'll see icing towards the end of a period, maybe to give, A, for a possibility of a line change, or B, just to give yourself a breather. If, in this case, you're the Providence Bruins, maybe you just feel worn down, and to dump the puck the length of the ice gives you that chance to catch your breath.
Okay, here's David Roberts for the IceCats against Clayton Beddoes for the Bruins on this face-off. Now they finally do get in there, and Roberts pries it away, took a shot on goal, went right through the crease, came around the near point. Stales held it in, shot it toward the net, ricochets out the Tardif in the slot. He winds up and fires it, sails wide. And LaPerriere is being held on the far side, no call. Puck squirts free to Tardif, shot it toward the net, that's batted away by Bailey, and then the puck shot into the crowd by John Gruden. We got a stoppage of play, and one of the fans caught that one. And they're going to attend to that person quickly. He caught that one right in the forehead. It looks like he's okay. They're attending to him right now. 50 seconds to go in the second period. 0-0 is the score. And face-off in the Bruin zone in the circle to the left of Bailey.
Bailey did a nice job on that last flurry by the IceCats of keeping his stick on the ice and not allowing the puck to come through the crease, because so many times a winger or a forward will rush to the net anticipating that pass, and if it gets through the crease, it's an easy goal. And credit Scott Bailey with a good job there.
Good job by the security here. Going to assist that young man to the first aid room. Many a hockey player has taken a stitch and coming back for another shift. I think he'll do that. Sure, we'll see him back. Back to the action. Face-off. Fought for in the near corner in the Bruin end by Sawyer. Sawyer trying to work free from a check and does. Came out to the near circle. Snaps off a shot. Hartge caught that one with the glove, and then with a softball type of a scoop, scooped it out to the IceCats blue line. Delayed penalty coming up here to the Bruins. Oh, and then there's the evener-upper. Sawyer just buries one of the Bruins with a couple of right hands. Sawyer tripped up the Bruin. I don't have the number of the Bruin player. He's lying flat on his back underneath Kevin Sawyer.
Sawyer was on him so fast you couldn't pick up the number, John.
Kevin the Destroyer Sawyer. He just, he tripped up the Bruin player. I got to get a number and find out who this is. That's Mastad again, I believe. And
it is indeed.
Sawyer might be sent off. He may get the instigator here. He and Mastad collided. That Mastad's a big kid. He's probably about 6'4" and about 220. Looks like he could put away the groceries pretty well. All this happening with 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Mastad, as Sawyer was skating out of the zone, Mastad got in Sawyer's way to try and make him be off sides. And so Sawyer stuck the blade of his stick out behind Mastad's leg, right behind his knee, and started giving it a little yank. Mastad lost his balance momentarily, regained it, and just as he did, Sawyer had the mitts off and was just pummeling him with the right hand. Mastad went down on his back with Sawyer on top of him. Decision, Kevin Sawyer, no contest, but he may get 2-5 and a gamer for that.
No grab and tapper there, huh?
No way. Sawyer is he's not like Potvin's a grabber-tapper fighter. The grabber-tapper means You grab onto your opponent who you're going to scrap with. You grab both of his arms right about the bicep, and you try and immobilize his arms so he can't throw. And then you give these little rabbit shots that wouldn't break a pane of glass. And then you wrestle and you hit the ice, and then you call yourself a tough guy. He did that with Rob Melanson last year.
Yeah.
He did it here in Worcester, down there in the corner, and Mill lost his balance and went down, and Potvin was, I'm a tough guy and all that. Down in Providence, Mill paid him a little curtain call, and that was the end of that. But Kevin Sawyer, a bona fide scrapper.
Well, they've only got, right now as it stands, they only have the 2-minute minor to Todd Hartshe on the board. So as it stands right now, we'll have to wait and see. If, of course, he gets a game misconduct and he's gone, the IceCats don't lose the power play unless they call a coincidental roughing along with it.
All right, we'll see if we can get the call here. If nothing else, we'll give you the Jeopardy tune. 20 seconds remaining in the second period, still no score. The penalty to Todd Hartshe is the only one on the scoreboard right now, a 2-minute minor. And we remind you to meet Scratch from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. this Friday, November 10th at the IceCats Corner Holiday Annex in the Worcester Common Fashion Outlets. Scratch up close and personal next Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Team Shop Holiday Annex.
36, Kevin Sawyer, game misconduct for fighting. At 1940, there again, it's number 36, Kevin Sawyer of the Worcester IceCats. Correction, 1940 for fighting game misconduct. Bruin penalty, number 28, Milt Malstad, 2 minutes for interference. Again in 1940, and number 27, 2-minute minor, and closing the hand on the puck. Number 27 of the Providence Bruins, Todd Hartshe.
Interesting call, closing the hand on the puck.
Which is a form of delay of game, is it not, John?
Yep. So the IceCats will start this next sequence of play with the power play. They'll have 20 seconds of power play time here to close out the second period, unless they score a goal.
May I say
and then the power play time will carry over into period 3. Mike?
How happy I am. I have not heard the word obstruction once tonight. I am very, very happy about that. Doing all the Boston Bruin games that I do and getting down to Hartford a couple times. I haven't heard that word once, and I'm glad about it.
I think the guys have gotten the message, you know? Here's the draw. It's front four taken by the Bruins. Laviolette. He shoots it off the near glass and all the way down into the IceCat zone. Fichaud out of the net, stops it behind his net. Shot it up the far boards for Tardif. The pass misfired. Slides into the Bruins zone. John Gruden backs up to the corner, then fires it right back down into the Cats and behind the net. Look out, still 2 seconds. The Bruins Meadows got control, tried to center in front for Stewart, but the pass misfired, and time ticks off the clock. And that's the end of period number 2. Stay tuned. Mike Petralia and I will tell you about it when we come back after 2 periods. No score. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
Sunday, November 12th, CBS presents an unforgettable television event. From the award-winning author of Lonesome Dove comes the final chapter of America's greatest saga. A story of survival, glory, and adventure. James Garner, Sam Shepard, and Sissy Spacek star in Larry McMurtry's Streets of Laredo. Sunday, November 12th on CBS. Due to violent content, parental discretion is advised.
The future. Will you have enough money to enjoy it? The more you plan ahead and invest your money wisely, the more rewarding your future will be. Now you can get a head start preparing for a richer tomorrow with the Wall Street Journal's Guide to Planning Your Financial Future. This 180-page guide is yours free with your paid subscription to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the journal and the valuable guide for only $38. Call toll-free in the continental U.S. 800-426-3300. That's 800-426-3300.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG.
Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman and Mike Petralia for Worcester IceCats Hockey. Mike, you're going to be a celebrity color commentator until we send it away. What do you think so far? 2 periods of play. All I can say is it's a great goaltending battle.
Well, it is. It's a great goaltending battle, and there's good defense. Sometimes you see a 0-0 score, and it's because not many the teams don't get many offensive chances. That is certainly not the case tonight. With Worcester out-shooting Providence in that period 10-9, your shots are 22 for Worcester and 26 for Providence. And if I'm doing my math correctly, that's about 48 shots on goal and not one single goal. And usually in a game like this, you have about 40 to 50% or 30 to 40% of them are quality shots. And tonight, I'd venture to say that maybe even half of them have been good scoring opportunities, and the goalies, I can't say it enough, they've done a great job, both Eric Fichaud for Worcester and Scott Bailey for Providence, of keeping their sticks on the ice and really cutting off the angles for the scorers on both sides to get the puck past them.
I tell you, that Bailey impresses me. I mean, I see Eric Fichaud a lot, but every time I see Bailey, he just impresses me more and more and more. And Jerry Cheevers, as we said earlier, is in the crowd tonight watching Bailey play. It wouldn't surprise me at all to hear that Bailey gets the call to Boston. And forgive me, I can't remember who their backup is.
Well, I don't think at this point Steve Casper knows who their backup is. I mean, based on what we're hearing tonight from Montreal.
Craig Billington.
Craig Billington is Craig Billington was the backup to start the year for Blaine Locker. Then Blaine Locker got the start. Craig Billington came in. And then this week, Blaine Locker has that 5-2 lead evaporate. And in all due defense to, no pun intended, to Blaine Locker, he has nobody playing well in front of him right now. And that's the difference in this game. You've seen the defense clear the puck away many times and get it down the ice. And that seems to be one of the trends in the National League at this point, and that is to ice the puck or clear the puck out as soon as you can and get away from maybe more of the back checking because of the obstruction rules that are new this year in the NHL. I've talked to a number of defensemen after games, and they've talked about the aspect of you cannot really clutch and grab, because if you do, they will call it this year, and they've been doing it, I think, too much. And so they've had to come up with a different way of dealing with helping out the goalie, and that has been to just clear the puck as soon as possible, no matter where you're firing it to.
Shots on goal for the period favor the IceCats by a count of 10-9. The IceCats have a two-period total of 22 shots on goal, and the Bruins a two-period total of 26 shots on goal. We had 7 penalties called. Kevin Sawyer has been given the gate for the game. He receives a fighting major. He's gone. And so the IceCats will start the third period with 1 minute and 39 seconds of power play time due to the closing the hand on the puck penalty call, the 2-minute minor to the Bruins' Todd Hartshee. Mike, I want to thank you for being on with me in the second period.
John, my pleasure.
I want us to save the tape and send it to you?
Would you do that? Would you do that? That'd be really nice.
I'll see if we can. That was, you did a great job. He says we got it. Okay, thanks to Tim Dumas. We'll get your partner up here one of these days, get Rico, and I want to pick his brain about that 75 series. I still haven't forgotten that.
As a lifelong Cincinnati Reds fan, I already have, and he's probably going to say, what, did Petralia tell you to do that?
All right. He's Mike Petralia. His company is Sports Sound. It's a national soundbite company. He's also with WPBS Radio in Boston. And he is Rico Petrocelli's sidekick for the Rico Petrocelli. It's a morning drive show?
It is indeed, 6 to 9 a.m.
All right. What's the frequency in case
I was gonna wait for your permission, John. AM 890. Thank you very much.
Well, if you're up that way early in the morning and you want to tune in and hear Rico talk to you, and to hear Mike talk to you about sports or anything that concerns that, just tune in to AM 890.
And you got, yes.
Okay.
You guys do a great job here.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. All right, right now you're listening to AM 580 WTAG. We're going to send it back to the station where Bob Hokinson is standing by with a news update, and Tim Dumas has a Sports and American Hockey League update for you. Then we're going to come back here for what should be a great third period. After 2 periods, no score. Tim Dumas, take it away.
Okay, John and Mike, thanks very much. Well, that's what's coming up. Bob Hokinson with news, and then we'll get you up to date on all the scores from the American and National Hockey Leagues, plus the NBA. Here on AM 580 WTAG, we're scoreless after 2 periods at the Worcester Centrum.
What makes your favorite restaurant isn't just the food, it's the service, too. Well, Auto Care's the same. That's why Millbury Ford Mercury in Auburn is improving their quality care service with quality care standards. A full menu of ways to treat you better when you take in your Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury for service. Millbury Ford Mercury is striving to do things like give you an appointment within a day of your request, greet you and begin writing up your repair order within 4 minutes of arriving. Make sure your car or truck is ready when promised and have the answers you're looking for when you call. They're even offering specials on many quality care services. Right now, you can get a cooling system service for only $49.95. Millbury Ford Mercury will pressure test your cooling system, check all the hoses and belts, then drain, flush, and refill your car's cooling system with up to 2 gallons of antifreeze, all for only $49.95. So stop by Millbury Ford Mercury at the junction of Route 20 and 290 in Auburn and get the service you deserve.
Providing your children with the keys to success in life starts with a good education at a young age. The Applewild School in Fitchburg schools children ages 4 to 15, believing these years provide a foundation on which all further education is built. The Applewild School in Fitchburg is a private day school for pre-kindergarten to 9th grade, with a focus on encouraging students to achieve their personal best in academics, athletics, music, and the performing arts. Set on a 50-acre campus, Applewild's facilities include 6 buildings with 30 classrooms, 2 science labs, 3 art studios, 3 playing fields, a skating rink, an outdoor swimming pool, a computer center, and choral and instrumental music rooms. You can be sure your child receives individual attention. For more information about Applewild, call them today at 508-342-6053. The Applewild School, a belief in the future. Come to Applewild's Admission Open House, Sunday, November 5th, from 2 to 4 p.m. For more information, call 508-342-6053.
Honey Farms, Hershey, and WTAG have your chance to win, and it's just as simple as 1, 2, 3. 1, listen to Patriots football on WTAG for the Honey Farms Hershey Player of the Game. 2, remember the name during the Tom Gorham Show the next morning. And 3, be the correct caller. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3, and just as much fun as Patriots football on WTAG. It's the Honey Farms Hershey Player of the Game contest. Listen and play only here on your station for Patriots football, AM 580, WTAG.
WTAG News, good evening, I'm Bob Hokinson. One of the driving forces in the Middle East peace process is fallen victim to an assassin's gun. Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin was gunned down in Tel Aviv today as he left a peace rally. A right-wing Jewish law student has been arrested. President Clinton says the world has lost one of its greatest men. Clinton says Prime Minister Rabin gave his life trying to bring Israel a lasting peace. He says it's up to peace lovers everywhere to continue his work. Clinton will travel to Israel tomorrow for the funeral. The Food and Drug Administration is about to consider whether to allow a new generation of AIDS drugs on the market. The new drugs, called protease inhibitors, attack a different part of the AIDS virus's life cycle than drugs currently used. Republican presidential candidate Phil Gramm has cruised to victory in the Maine Republican Party's straw poll. State party officials say the Texas senator captured more than 42% of the ballots. Bob Dole, who stayed away from today's balloting, got a meager 10%. Dallas police say an off-duty officer opened fire on a uniformed colleague, then was shot and killed by fellow officers. Police say Sergeant Stephen Christian apparently was upset over marital problems. His mother says her son just went over the brink. John Silver was appointed today chairman of the state's Board of Education by Governor William Weld. The president of Boston University will now oversee grades pre-kindergarten through 12 and vocational, technical, and adult education in the Commonwealth. In remarks today, Silver said reading is the key to everything and wants to bring reading levels up to grade level for all students. Silver also said he wants to create reform schools for students with discipline problems. Christian Science Monitor correspondent David Rode is said to be in good condition. The reporter has been missing for a week while covering the war in Bosnia and is now said to be in the hands of Serbian forces. The Serbs say that Rode was detained for crossing the border with forged documents. Both the UN and United States government is working for his release. In less than 24 hours, astronaut and local college professor Al Sacco will be back on Earth. Sacco, who's a professor at Worcester Polytech, has been conducting experiments on board the Space Shuttle Columbia during its 16-day mission above the Earth. Sacco says he's had a great adventure and he's looking forward to seeing his friends in central Massachusetts. WTAG will be carrying tomorrow's landing on the Space Shuttle live. In an apparent first step towards leaving his position as Senate President, William Bulger has given his okay to Senate Majority Leader Louis Bertinazi and Senate Ways and Means Chairman Thomas Birmingham to battle for his job. Bulger is a leading candidate to take the now vacant post as president of UMass. In the race to succeed him, Birmingham is believed to have the support of 18 senators, while Bertinazi has the approval of 11. Worcester police say they're looking for at least one suspect in connection with a shooting last night on Main Street. Police have not released the victim's identity, but say a man believed to be in his late teens or early 20s was shot in the face at an apartment on Main Street sometime around 11 o'clock last night. The victim remains hospitalized in critical condition. Police say they have one person in custody in connection with the murder of a Great Brook Valley man on Thursday. Police declined to identify the suspect. The victim, a 32-year-old man, was shot in the head and chest during an apparent argument. Somerville police are investigating a holdup at a Davis Square karaoke bar early this morning. Police say about 8 assailants forced some 75 people into a back room, then robbed them of jewelry and cash. One person slightly injured, no arrests yet. Now the forecast from the WTAG Weather Center.
This is meteorologist Mike DePlazzi in the WTAG Weather Center. For tonight, we're going to have clear, cold conditions out there. Temperatures down into the low and middle 20s by morning. And after that cold start on Sunday, temperatures will warm up gradually in the afternoon into the middle 40s, with the winds gradually dying down by late in the day. Tomorrow night, skies mostly clear, not quite as cold as tonight, lows around 30. And then Monday, we'll have increasing clouds here in the afternoon, temperatures back into the 50s. We may see some showers coming in about Tuesday. This is meteorologist Mike DePlazzi, AM 580 WTAG.
30 in Worcester. I'm Bob Hokinson for Worcester's News Leader, WTAG.
Hey, Red Dog here. You know, it's time us dogs stop being so dang humble. Them two-legged Yankees think they're superior to us. Based on what? Couldn't smell a wet swamp fox in a barn full of chickens that can't run. A few hundred yards and they're huffing and puffing and dragging their butts like a big old porcupine. And hell, they sure can't hear. You take a sound like this. You know what? They can't hear that. And they're real wobbly perched up on two legs like that. The only reason they ain't down on all fours like the rest of us is because they're putting on airs, being superior and all. Anyways, you gotta be nice to them. They're just dumb animals.
Of course, you do know that Red Dog beer is as smooth as it gets. Old, easy to drink, made with the finest of ingredients by Plank Road Brewery. Red Dog. You are your own dog. Plank Road Brewery, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My workers' compensation premium has almost doubled over the last 5 years. My company can't keep up with these costs.
The CNA insurance companies work harder for you with medical cost management programs that saved policyholders $154 million last year.
I was relieved when my independent agent told me how CNA integrates a variety of programs to manage medical costs.
Ask your independent agent about CNA. CNA, for all the commitments you make.
With 2 periods complete from the Worcester Centrum, the IceCats and the Providence Bruins are scoreless. I'm Tim Dumas with the WTAG Sports Update. We'll start off in the American Hockey League. 7 other games tonight. Portland is leading the Carolina Monarchs after 2 periods of play, 1-0. Carolina, the Southern Division leader. They shut out Providence last night, 3-0. They trail Portland tonight, 1-0. Also after 2 periods, Albany 2, Springfield 1. And in the back end of a home-and-home series, Adirondack and Syracuse are tied 2-2 in Adirondack. Last night, Syracuse took that one 6-2. Prince Edward Island losing to Binghamton 4-3 at the Broome County Arena after 2 periods of play. Those two teams also played last night, with Prince Edward Island winning 4-3. Another home-and-home series, Cornwall and Rochester. The Americans won last night 4-3 in Rochester. Tonight in Cornwall, the Aces lead 2-0 after 1 period of play. St. John 2, Hershey 0 after 1. And a final score of St. John's and Fredericton tied at 1. From the NHL now, 1 final to pass along. Detroit 5, Dallas 1. These games in progress. In the 3rd period, Washington 2, the New York Islanders 1. Peter Bondra has a goal for the Caps in that one. In the 2nd period, Pittsburgh 5, Philadelphia 2, Mario Lemieux with a goal and an assist. Eric Lindros sitting this one out with a bruised knee. After 2 periods of play from Montreal, the Canadiens lead the Bruins 4-1. Brian Savage with his 12th goal on the season, and that leads the league. In the 2nd period, Toronto 3, Edmonton 1, and Hartford over Ottawa 2-1. That game also in the 2nd period. Games coming up in just about an hour. Vancouver at Calgary, St. Louis is at San Jose, and New Jersey is at Los Angeles. NBA scores to pass along now. In the 2nd quarter, Chicago 25, Boston 12. In the third, Atlanta 82, Orlando 56. Miami leads Cleveland by 2, 56-54 in the third period. Also in the third, Charlotte 66, Philadelphia 60, and Indiana 66, Toronto 44. That game is also in the third quarter. Halftime score, Detroit over Washington 57-48. Game's just underway. New York with a 3-point lead in the second over Milwaukee and Dallas with a 1-point lead over Golden State. That also in the second period. Games just starting. San Antonio is at Denver, and at 10 o'clock, the LA Lakers are at Seattle. And you're up to date on what's happening in the NBA, the NHL, and the AHL. We'll send it back to John Wiedeman at the Worcester Centrum for tonight's third period. The Cats and the Bruins are scoreless after 2 on WTAG.
It's O'Coin's factory authorized Clayton Marcus sale. Take up to 40% off list price on all Clayton Marcus upholstered furniture and make no payments till February of '96 when using your O'Coin's charge card. With Clayton Marcus, you can choose from over 1,000 designer fabrics to match any decor. Always committed to quality, Clayton Marcus has a limited lifetime warranty, 8-way hand-tied seat spring construction, and expert tailoring. It's quality furniture at prices you'll love. From cottage to country, American heritage to elegant, O'Coin's has it all. And during the Clayton Marcus factory authorized sale, take up to 40% off list price on all Clayton Marcus upholstered furniture and make no payments till February when using your O'Coin's charge card. If you don't have a card, it takes less than 10 minutes and your good credit to get one. Lasting style, exciting value only from O'Coin's. 239 Mill Street, Worcester. Open weekdays 10 to 9, Saturdays 9 to 6, and Sundays noon to 5. O'Coin's, for every room in your life.
IceCats hockey on WTAG.
Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman and Brian Jensen for Worcester IceCats hockey. Teams are back on the ice preparing to begin play here in period number 3. This is a 0-0 tie. And I tell you what, folks, they play 20 more minutes, and we get no score. We're going to go to OT. This is a classic goaltenders battle, so anything can happen. We appreciate you listening in tonight. As we said, shots on goal to finish the 2 periods out favored the Bruins 26-22. The IceCats outshot the Bruins 10-9 in that second period. Brian, welcome back.
Gee, it's nice to be back. I went down to watch a hockey game for the second period, and I think the WWF broke out. and it kind of culminated with at the end of the period there with Sawyer the Destroyer and the Mad Marauder Milt Mastad there with a major clipping down there. I was waiting for the 3 count.
Speaking of scrappers, it does my heart good to look down there and row. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and see that name? Guy wearing Melanson's jersey. Number 27. Bought it at the auction.
Someone sitting near that area got nailed with a hockey puck just a little while ago. I saw him in the first aid room. He's going to have a few stitches put in at the hospital here in a few minutes.
I'll bet you he's back, though, for the third. I bet he's back.
Oh, it would be nice to see that. I know his shirt was kind of bleeding.
All right, well, here we go. Third period set to begin. IceCats have 1 minute 39 seconds of power play time. O'Halloran's got him at center ice. LaPerriere and Beddoes, they drop the puck, and Beddoes pries it away to Crowley at the Bruin blue line. He shoots it into the IceCats zone. It slides in behind the net. We're underway in the third. Here's Jamie Rivers with the puck. Scoops it up the right wing to LaPerriere, puts on a burst of speed, crosses over the Bruin line. He dropped it to the far point. Rivers hooks it down the boards, tried to get it by Laviolette. Laviolette reached out and took it away, but then LaPerriere got it back, gave it to Rivers, put it in behind the net for Tardif. His stick was tied up. Puck taken by Beddoes along the near boards. Then LaPerriere reaches in, took it away. Then he's hammered into the boards. Puck came away, Virtue, got it side of the net. Tardif took it in behind the Bruin net. And it looked like the Cats were going to get a chance. Tardif fed the far point. Rivers. He delays, then fires a shot. That deflects away. Roberts got it back, put it up the boards for Rivers at the point. That's knocked away from him and down to the IceCats blue line where Virtue's got it. He'll put it into the Bruin zone at the right wing. Ran to the linesman. Look out. Here is Tardif. A drive from the slot. That's stopped by Bailey. Roberts the rebound. He took a shot, set up the doorstep. Nobody there. Virtue high slot. Flipped it side of the net for Tardif. Tardif took it in behind the net. 36 seconds left on the IceCats power play. Roberts far circle. A drive. That's turned aside by Bailey. And then the puck sent to the near corner in the Bruin end. LaPerriere's got it. Gave it to Roberts near circle. Put it side of the net for Tardif. Came away to LaPerriere near circle. Here's LaPerriere. Scoops across for Tardif. Right in front. He turns and fires. Bailey made the save. Puck loose in front. Fought for. Taken by the Bruins. Ted Crowley. And he clears it all the way down the ice. 10 seconds remaining on the IceCats power play. Fichaud stops the puck, left it behind the IceCats net for Virtue. Time for one more rush with 3 seconds left on the... Shoves it up the right wing to Vallis. He skates out over the center ice logo. And he crisscrosses with Darby, threw the puck into the Bruins zone intended for Darby. That was taken away by the Bruins' Dan Hodge, who centered around the boards and all the way down the ice. They waved the icing. Puck slides in behind the IceCats net. Fichaud stopped it for Widmer. He look out. Widmer misplayed the puck to the side of the IceCats net. Fichaud poked it away to Widmer, who sends the puck the length of the ice. Laviolette back to touch, and we get icing. 17:35 left for the third period. Third period now. And the face-off will come back in the IceCats zone in the circle to the left of goaltender Eric Fichaud. No score.
Yeah, and I am really amazed that there is no score at this point, but that's just a testament to how both goalies are playing tonight. Bailey really came up strong on that IceCats power play there. He managed to hold them off once again. And it looks like the linesmen are just taking a complete pounding out here tonight. They just take it out of the way of the puck.
This one linesman ended up in the Bruin bench, and that one on the far side got buried when Virtue ran into it.
Well, WWF continues on the ice.
Here's a draw. Putt four taken by the Bruins. They work it to the slot for Putt. Then his stick was tied up, and the puck slid by and ended up sliding down into the Bruins zone. Laviolette goes back to get it, then gave it away. Armstrong took it in behind the Bruin net, came out the near side, fed the near point. Kane scoops it toward the net. Oh, it went right through the goal crease and just missed the far post. Puck slides around the boards back to the IceCats blue line where Krister Olsson's got it. He backs up deep into his own end, then takes the puck in behind his own net. Here's Olsson. Flips it to the near side for Kane. Outlet pass to Armstrong over the center ice logo. Got it across the Bruin blue line, but then had it poke checked away by Laviolette. And then Virtue is able to work it out to center ice. We get a whistle and a stoppage of play. The linesman on the far side went down for the 8 count.
Oh, man. It's just
16:51 left in the third. No score.
It just continues. These guys can't get out of their own way out there.
IceCats trainer off the bench. IceCats trainer Chris Phillips off the bench to tend to this linesman, who just said, nah, I'm all right. Brad Wiedeman.
You know, John, while we're going to break in the action here, I would like to mention that the Worcester IceCats Booster Club is having their next membership meeting on Monday, November 6th at 7 o'clock at the St. Vincent's Amphitheater up at St. Vincent's Hospital. Great place to go and get involved with the Booster Club. If you'd like to meet some of the players, we're going to be having special guests, Jason Strudwick and our all-star goalie here, Eric Fichaud, are going to be there. So,
good time.
Great place to go and meet some of the players and join the club.
Great chance to get to know the players. Back to the action. Here's Crowley shooting one from the near point. That flew into the goal crease area and hit the far post. Fichaud didn't see it. Kind of a weird shot. But the IceCats control. Stales with the puck in his own end. Got it to Roberts center ice. Ran into a Bruin. And the puck squirts free. Clayton Beddoes has it. Circles back into his own end and out, then lost it and escapes the LaPerriere with a center ice logo. Gave it to Roberts, avoids a hit, carries the puck into the Bruins on left wing, winds up and fires a shot that hit the glass behind the Bruin net. Puck slides around to the far point. Stales shot it down the boards to the far corner for Tardif. Tardif being worked on there by Cherviakov. Kicks the puck free to LaPerriere. He took it in behind the Bruin net. Gave it over to Tardif in the far corner. Back to LaPerriere, being held by Beddoes. No call there. Here's Roberts in the near corner with the puck. Enters the near circle. Left the puck in the near corner for LaPerriere. He came out. Here's LaPerriere. Moves to the slot. Had the puck in his skates. Lost it. Got it back. LaPerriere got taken down. No call made. Tardif with the puck far corner. To Roberts, far circle. Couldn't get a shot away. The Bruin players had tied up his stick, so he couldn't get it away. And then the puck is batted out to center ice, where Steve Stales collects on the far side and scoops it down the boards in behind the Bruin net. And back to pick it up for the Bruins is Dennis Cherviakov. He works his way out the far side, misfires on a headman pass to center ice. Widmer took it away, and then it's worked into the IceCat zone along the far boards. Widmer took it away again, shot it up the right wing. Johansson carries it over the Bruin blue line, got it to the near side. Vallis tries to thread the needle on a pass to Darby in front of the Bruin net. That's taken away by Laviolette, and he sends it down the boards into the IceCats end. Mitchell got a piece of it, so there will be no icing. Fichaud stops the puck behind the Cats net, left it for Mitchell, who gave it to Johansson, who skates out. Here's Andy Johansson. He's over the Bruin blue line, tried to wind up and crank a shot, and as he did, one of the Bruins poked the puck out to the neutral zone. Hartshey collects. Carries it up the left wing of the Cats end. Vallis took it away. Scoops it behind the net to Widmer. Widmer near side. Outlet pass ahead to Darby. Carries it up the left wing, then works to center ice. Got it ahead to Vallis. Tried to give it back to Darby. Vallis was tackled. Takedown. Side of the Bruin net. No call. And referee O'Halloran's missing a heck of a hockey game here. Now the puck in the far corner. Deuling tried to kick it free from Harchie. Harchie worked it free from Vallis. The puck taken by Laviolette. He tries to send it out and put it on the doorstep. There's Deuling. He scores! Finally, the IceCats get a shot by Scott Bailey.
Oh, it's been a long time coming. A great shot right there, point blank range. Bailey was defenseless. There was no way he could get his stick up. They finally got the puck up high in the goal. He's been able to stop everything else down low. He could not get his glove or anything on this one.
Deuling from the doorstep picked up a loose puck in front of the net and scooped it behind Bailey. The Cats are on front for the first time in this game, 1-0. And you knew it was going to be one of those junky, sloppy goals that beat Scott Bailey tonight. I mean, it's been that kind of a game. Neither team allowing the other team to take clean shots. And the IceCats are able to forge ahead on a Deuling goal, his 5th of the year. Now we're back to the action. The Bruins are able to work the puck in behind the Cats net. Olsen got to it, sent it around to Virtue for a corner. Left it ahead to Armstrong. He lifts it over everybody down into the Bruins zone. Here's Deuling chasing Hodge. Hodge got to the puck, shot it off the glass, around and out to the neutral zone on the near side. Kane shot it back down the boards, delayed offside. Hodge carries the puck out to McCauley. Let it rink wide to Potman at the left wing. He's run into by Virtue, lost the puck. Kane took it away, put it around the boards, left wing Roberts. He hit Virtue in full flight up the right wing. Virtue into the Bruins zone, lost it to a poke check. The puck trickles across the blue line to the neutral zone. Armstrong got it back. Back to Olsen at the IceCats blue line near side. Over to Rivers far circle. Now to Olsen near boards. Works it up the left wing. Tardif. Little touch pass out to LaPerriere. Got it to Roberts. A snapshot that sails over the net. Puck ends up on the far point. Rivers sends it in deep. There's Roberts to the doorstep. Tardif. He scores! 2-0 Cats!
Oh, Bailey, he's just out flat. He can't believe it. The game is just getting out of his hands completely now. He's got no defense. Bruins are just completely flat.
Patrice Tardif shot a wrist shot right through Bailey's legs. And the Cats now have a 2-0 lead.
Well, first you've got Jarrett, the dynamic Deuling, who looked like he was going to be the superstar of the game. Now we've got Tardif coming in. It's like a Batman and Robin show here. This is great.
Jarrett, the dynamic Deuling. I'll take it. It's been that kind of a night. 2-0 IceCats with 13:12 to go in the third period.
Bailey's beside himself in a goal. He's talking to his players. He can't believe how much they've let down on him here.
And how many times do you see it where a goaltender plays a great game, and then one goal breaks his concentration, and then bang, another one right after that?
I think they're calling a timeout here. Bailey's just beside himself.
And the Bruins are taking a timeout. We'll take 1-2. 13:12 to go in the third. Don't go away. 2-0 IceCats. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
Hey, Pam, where are my hockey skates? I'm thinking about trying out for the IceCats as a side job.
Oh, Jerry, come on. Don't be ridiculous.
Well, why not? I used to be a good player in college.
That was 15 years and 30 pounds ago. And besides, if you play for the IceCats, there will be a lot of practices, which means you won't be able to go to J.J. O'Rourke's very often.
Well, J.J. O'Rourke's? Well, Pam, what was I thinking?
For good times in casual dining, come to J.J. O'Rourke's at the junction of routes 9 and 20 in Northborough.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG.
We're back to the Centrum. Tardif scores to make it 2-0 IceCats, assisted by Roberts and Rivers. Here we go. Face-off won by the Cats. Mitchell's got it. Backs up into his own end. Got it across to Wiedeman. Lifts it out to center ice. Laviolette took it back. Sends it into the IceCats zone. Wiedeman took it back. Shot it up the left wing to Johansson. He dumps it into the far corner in the Bruin end. Laviolette tries to scoop it out of the zone. It's held in by Darby, far point. Then his stick was tied up by Beddoes. And the puck trickles across the blue line to the neutral zone, where Darby bats it back in behind the Bruin net. There to take the puck is Crowley for the Bruins. He'll start the Bruin breakout. Here he comes out the near side. Crowley carrying the puck now just to the Bruin blue line. Shot it up the right wing. Onto the stick of Beddoes. We get a whistle, and a two-line pass is called. 12:35 left in the third. 2-0 Worcester IceCats. In case you just joined us, Jarrett Deuling broke the ice. He beat Scott Bailey with his 5th goal in the season. That made it 1-0 IceCats, and then just under a minute later, Patrice Tardif scored his 5th of the year. It's now 2-0 Cats.
Yeah, Bailey looked pretty well punch-drunk after that second one. He was already freaking out over the goal from Deuling. He couldn't believe he got it by him.
Here's a draw just inside the Bruins zone. And but for taken by the IceCats, Terry Virtue. He has to come back out to the neutral zone and collect it. Sends it down the near boards into the near corner in the Bruin end. Now the Bruins give it back. Rivers sent it in deep in behind the Bruin net. Armstrong's got it. Pokes it to the far boards for Deuling. He lost his footing. Puck taken away by Cam Stewart. He lifts it over everybody to the IceCats blue line where Rivers has it. Moves it to center ice for Armstrong. He touch passes it down the left wing boards into the Bruin zone. Bruins clear it out to center ice. Simard's got it. Worked it over for Hartje. Hartje misses the pass. It ends up back in the Bruin end. Cherviakov's got it there. Got it out to Hartje center ice. Over the center ice logo to Simard. He'll dump it into the far corner in the Cats end. Slides in behind the net. Rivers works it around the boards. It ricochets out and picked up by Armstrong on left wing. Got it at the Virtue right wing. He'll work it across the Bruin line, but we get an offside. 11:49 to go in the third. 2-0 IceCats. Face off out in the neutral zone, just on the other side of the Bruin blue line on the far side of the ice.
You know, John, a little bit more on the Booster Club right now. I got to tell you, in between periods, as I had my time off there, I had the vice president of the Booster Club come up to me, and he was complaining that I hadn't mentioned his name tonight. So I'd just like to say, George Mange, I'd like to wish you a happy birthday. He wanted me to wish him that. I'm sure he's sitting in his car right now cringing.
You just did. Want to say hi to Mike Clark as well. He's listening at home. He's recovering from surgery. Mike Clark, thanks for listening, buddy. Back to the action, play in the Bruin zone in the near corner. Oh, and then Mastad just gave a short right to the face to LaPerriere. LaPerriere went down, no call made, but LaPerriere has the puck in the near corner. Here's LaPerriere, dropped it in behind himself to Roberts, put it in behind the Bruin net, ends up on the far point. Olsen tries to tuck it in deep. The Bruins take it back, but then they put it out to the neutral zone. Tardif had it, then lost it to Potvin. Carries it over the IceCats line right wing. Is pushed into the boards by Olsen and off the puck. And it's sprayed free and in behind the net. Tardif works it around the boards, not out. Held in on the far point by Mastad. He dumps it into the near corner in the Cats end. And Kane gave a rough ride to Potvin. Lost the puck. Bruins get it back. Here's Mastad from the far point. A shot. He showed the save. Another shot. And that one went wide of the net. LaPerriere got it back. Put it in behind the IceCats net. Look out. They set it up in the doorstep. Tried away. LaPerriere's got it. Skating up the left wing is Roberts all alone. Here's Roberts into the Bruins zone. He put on the brakes on the near boards. Roberts tries to scoop it in deep. He does. LaPerriere wrap around. Score! Oh, what a play by Roberts and LaPerriere! And the IceCats are all over the Bruins. It's 3-0 Cats with half a period to go in the third.
Great payback for LaPerriere. I mean, the last time down the ice, he was literally mauled to the point where he probably could have filed a civil suit right in front of O'Halloran, and they never even called a thing. They swallowed the whistle, but he got payback. He blew it by Bailey again. Bailey is just totally stunned over there by the red line. He can't believe what's going on here.
LaPerriere scores his second goal as a member of the IceCats. Talk about your presence of mind. Had Bailey down on his face.
Bailey's
I don't know what we have there.
Right. That's the gong. I think that's the gong we've been waiting for.
They didn't do it right. Those aren't the right gongs. We're back to the action. Face-off sent into the IceCat zone. Whitmer tries to send it out. It's shot in toward the net by Crowley and deflected wide by Stewart. Puck ends up along the far boards in the Cats end. Sweeney pries it away. At the high slot, Crowley wrist shot. That sails wide. Puck ends up along the far boards in the corner. And Mitchell's got it. Works it up off the glass. It ricochets out to Darby. Leaves a 2-on-1 with Johansson. Over the blue line, Darby. To Johansson near side. Couldn't get a shot away. Lost the puck in his skates. And Johansson got it in the near corner. Tries to give it over to Darby. And now they work it back into the near corner, and one of the Bruins falls on the puck with Johansson standing over him. They blow the whistle, and everybody converges. This is one of those push and shove, attempt to intimidate the opponent type of bit. Neither team is buying. This is, now we get a shot right to the Bruins. And I can't see who the two combatants are. But we got a scrap going here. It's not Darby, it's not Johansson, it's not Deuling, not Vallis.
They're not kissing either.
No. And I can't get any numbers.
They're right down.
I apologize. That's looks like Troy Mitchell, Kane, and Mitchell. Oh, there we go. Mitch has got the hand sleeve, throwing an uppercut through one. And now he's got the arm cocked back to throw again. He throws one over the right, then connect. Now sneaks in an uppercut. Here's Mitch. Famous with an uppercut. And then Mitchell comes around with a shot to the head, and then another shot over the top, and another. Mitchell wrestling for position here.
Oh, he's going down for the count here.
You said that, not me. And finally, they do go to the ice. 10 minutes exactly left in the third period. We're going to take a break while they sort it all out. 3-0 IceCats. Don't go away. You're listening to IceCats Hockey at AM 580 WTAG.
It's time to vote in Worcester. Tuesday is Election Day. Voters go to the polls to choose among 3 candidates for mayor. They'll elect a city council and a school committee. Polls close at 8, and that's when the award-winning WTAG News team goes to work to bring you live, continuous coverage of this year's election results.
Election night coverage brought to you by Commerce Bank, National Glass, and Massachusetts Mortgage Company.
Live election night coverage Tuesday on Worcester's news leader, WTAG.
IceCats hockey on WTAG.
Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman and Brian Jensen for Worcester IceCats hockey. Providence forward Davis Payne is in the penalty box for, looks like, I don't know what the penalty is going to be. They haven't put the time up on the board, but IceCats defenseman Roy Mitchell receives 2 minutes for roughing. Speaking of defense, when it comes to defense off the ice, consider the good folks at HU Insurance your future financial security defenseman. Try and read that real fast. By the way, you owe me that one, buddy.
Oh, sorry about that.
Our next break. Brian's going to get to read the disclaimer.
I love that. My favorite part of the game.
Dedicated to his beautiful wife, Terry Lee.
There you go.
That way she'll bake me a pie. Here we go. Face-off. Won by Armstrong. IceCats killing a penalty here. Armstrong shot it back into the Cats' end. Stales goes back to collect it between the 2 rings and shoots the puck the length of the ice. It slides in behind the Bruin net. Laviolette picks it up for the Bruins. Outlet pass right onto the stick of Stewart. He collects the puck on the right wing, tried to shoot it into the Cats' end, and he broke a stick on the drive. And the puck does trickle across the blue line, but the Cats work it back out. But Simard carries it back across the line down the left wing. Took it in behind the net, works the puck to the near corner. Stewart got a new stick, has the puck, works it out to the near point for Crowley. Shot it back down the boards for Stewart. Stewart left it for Hartshee near boards. He scoops it across to the far side for Laviolette. He'll dump it in behind the net for Stewart. Slides around to the near corner. Hartshee's got it for the Bruins. Here's Hartshee. Enters the near circle. Put it side of the net for Stewart. Wrap around. Fichaud the save. He covers up on the puck. That's actually Stales covering up on the puck in front of the net. And he holds on. We get a whistle. Now we get some more pushing and shoving. Oh, Simard took a little shot there at Armstrong. And we'll see if Dan O'Halloran's going to send Simard off. Clearly the aggressor there. He ought to get a 2-minute roughing penalty, but I don't think anything's going to be called here. 9:08 to go in the third. Still 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in Roy Mitchell's roughing penalty. And the face-off will be in the IceCat zone in the circle to the left of goaltender Eric Fichaud.
I think you're going to find this to be a long 9 minutes and 8 seconds, too, John. Bruins are just getting plain irritated out there. It's like they're almost forgetting about the game now. They just want to go and get a few scraps in here. Anyway, I know we've been waiting for this now. This reminder, this broadcast of tonight's game is property of the Worcester IceCats and radio station WTAG. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of the events involved in this contest in whole or any part without the express written consent of the IceCats or station WTAG is prohibited. And now what do I have to look for?
Well, Patrice Tardif has just been sent to the box. Probably a misconduct because no minor time has been put up there. Back to the action. Hodge shoots from the high slot. That's checked away by Fichaud. Rebound ends up in the far corner in the Cats' end. It's worked in behind the Cats' net to Sweeney. Here's Sweeney now. Got it to the near boards to Clayton Beddoes. Clayton Beddoes closes in. Had the high slot for Hodge. He got it to the far side for Gruden. Sends to the near circle for Beddoes. One-timer that hit part of the goalpost, but Fichaud got a piece of it with the glove. Puck worked in behind the Cats' net to Sweeney. To the near boards for Beddoes. Got it back to Sweeney, side of the net. He tries to center in front. That's batted away. Sweeney got it back. Fed the near point to Hodge. Now to the far side for Gruden. Pass hopped over his stick. And then Vallis gave him a two-hander for good measure. Potvin had the puck far corner. Olsen tries it free. All the Bruins get it back. They set up the doorstep for Sweeney. That one hops over his stick to the near corner. Sweeney's got it. Here's Sweeney now. Enters the near circle. With 10 seconds remaining on Mitchell's penalty. Got it side of the net, Beddoes. Coming in from behind is Gruden to try and receive a pass. Beddoes couldn't get it to him. Here's Beddoes now, top of the near ring. Got it to Gruden, far circle. And he got it back to the near ring for Beddoes. Mitchell's out of the box. Here's a shot by Hodge. Sails wide of the net. Gruden got it back far corner. Teams back to full strength. Olsen with the puck. Works it around the boards to the near side to Andy Johansson. He'll send it the length of the ice and take the icing. Gruden goes back to touch. Icing is called. 7:43 to go in the third. 3-0 IceCats. Face-off back in the Worcester zone in the circle to the left of goaltender Eric Fichaud. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Worcester IceCats Hockey.
IceCats Hockey and Worcester's sports leader, AM 580 WTAG, Worcester.
And we're back to the Centrum. John Wiedeman and Brian Jensen for Worcester IceCats Hockey. There we go. Face-off taken by the Bruins. There's a drive from the near side by Masta. That hit traffic in front. Ricochets to the far boards. Cloutier scoops it away. We get a whistle, and I believe a hand pass will be called here. And this next faceoff should come out either to the neutral zone or down into the Bruin end. Referee Dan O'Halloran pointing out to the neutral zone. That's where it'll be, just on the other side of the IceCats blue line on the far side of the ice. Curiously, Patrice Tardif is back on the ice. I don't understand that. He skated over the penalty box. Yeah, I stepped in, they closed the door, now he's out. I don't understand that.
I didn't understand that whole penalty situation. I never heard anything called.
There's LaPerriere to take the face-off for the IceCats. Against McCauley. They fight for it. LaPerriere took it away, got it to Tardif right at the IceCats blue line, trying to jog the Bruins out of position. Moves it to the near side for Rivers. Scoops it up the left wing boards. Roberts closes in front of the Bruin net. Gave it over to LaPerriere. Couldn't snap off a shot. His stick was tied up. Now the Bruins work it out up the right wing boards to the neutral zone. And then Kuche sends the puck into the far corner in the Cats' end. Rivers beat McCauley to the puck, sent it around to Roberts on the left wing boards. He works it out to center ice, taken there by Tardif. He'll scoop it down the boards into the Bruin end. There to get it is Mastad. He's hit hard by LaPerriere. Mastad works the puck around to the far boards. Not out. Held in by Roberts. Far point. Scoops it toward the net. Oh, LaPerriere tried to swat at it. Virtue got it side of the net. Hooks it on goal. Turned aside. Came out to the high slot. Olsen flips it on goal. That sailed wide. Virtue got it back. A one-timer. There's Roberts on the doorstep. He's got it in his legs. And he's got it between his feet now. Got it to LaPerriere. The slot. He shoots. Hit the goal post. Puck came to the near corner. Virtue's got it. Delayed penalty coming up here to the road. Roberts, one-timer from the near side, hit the post. And the puck ricochets back into the IceCats zone. Still no call. Delayed penalty coming up against the Bruins. And LaPerriere trapped inside the Bruins zone, can't get out. Now Roberts carries the puck across the Bruin line on right wing. Took it to the corner, left it for Armstrong. Put it in behind the net, David Roberts. And finally a Bruin player touches the puck. We get a whistle. Holding will be the call against the Providence Bruins. 6:14 and now in the neutral zone. Here's Davis trying to get one of the IceCats to take a stupid penalty for the even or upper, but it's not going to work because the linesmen are in there and the IceCats aren't that stupid.
No, Davis and Butthead must just go back to the bench where it belongs. We're not going to fall for it here.
6:14 left in the third.
The crowd's getting rowdy. They're getting into it now.
This big crowd enjoying this. 3-0 whitewashing so far. Their neighbors to the south down Route 146, the Providence Bruins. 6:14 left in the third.
And Bailey looks really tired now. He looks like all his momentum is just basically gone now. He's not moving after the puck like he was before. He had one shot there. It actually hit on the inside of the post. Just barely missed being a goal. We should have had a 4-0 lead.
Bruins penalty. Number 28, Milton Stad, 2-minute minor for holding. Time of the penalty at 13:46.
So 13:46 of the third. Mastad sent off for holding. Face off in the circle to the right of goaltender Scott Bailey in the Providence end of the ice. Darby will take the draw for the IceCats against Hartshee for the Bruins. Here we go. They drop the puck. Darby pries it away, but then Hartshee reaches in to take it back to the near corner. And then it's swatted at here by Ted Crowley. That one deflects up off of the top of the glass and up into the crowd. 6:07 to go in the third period. Still 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining in Milt Mastad's holding penalty. Face off in a circle to the right of goaltender Scott Bailey in the Bruins zone.
You know, we've seen an awful lot of pucks going up into the stands today. The Higgins Armory may want to look at this and maybe they could get a promotion here. And maybe like the first 3,000 get a coat of armor. Might help out in those lower seats.
Now I know why you were the MC at that Booster Club's awards presentation. We're back to the action. Face-off won by the Cats. Johansson's got it near boards. Fed the near point. Virtue winds up and fires. That hit traffic in front. There's Roberts. Yeah, rebound. He scores! Excuse me, Lindsay Vallis. Lindsay Vallis gets his second goal as a member of the IceCats. It was a backhander through traffic in front of Bailey. It's 4-0 IceCats. That's Lindsay Vallis' first power play goal, and the Cats leading by 4.
Oh, Bailey looked human on that one. I mean, the puck just trickled by him. He couldn't even see it. There were too many bodies in the way, and now he's just got his hands on his knees. He looks like he's done for the night. Stick a fork in him.
5:54 left in the third period. Now we may see some ugliness. Unfortunately, our buddy Kevin the Destroyer Sawyer is in the locker room. So this is where his teammates are going to have to show some heart.
I think we got some tag team buddies out here who can take care of it.
Here's the draw. It's sent into the Bruins zone.
Scored by number 10, Lindsay Vallis.
There's the announcement for Vallis' goal.
Assisted by number 3, Carrie Virtue, and number 28, Andreas Johansson.
And Johansson gets his first point as an IceCat. Johansson gave the puck to Vallis, side of the Bruin net, tries to wrap around. Puck squirts free to Samard up the near boards. He works it ahead to Stewart, who lifts it out to center ice. And then he got it to Samard. He'll dump it into the Cats in the far boards. Olsen's got it there. Over to Kane on the near side. He lifts at the center ice. Johansson's got it. Turns in front of Samar. Now Johansson retreats back into his own end. He'll come out. Oh, he shot it rink wide. Onto the stick of Virtue. Tried to move it across the Bruin line. It's batted away by Cherviakov and back into the IceCats zone. Olsen's got it there. Moves it to the near boards. Rivers. Out to Deuling. Tries to touch pass it across. He ended up getting it back on his stick. Got it across to Virtue anyway in the right wing. He shot it down the boards into the Bruin zone. Armstrong and Cherviakov vie for the puck in the near corner. Cherviakov got to it first. Sent it back to the IceCats blue line where Rivers has the puck. His outlet pass hits Deuling right on the stick over the center ice logo. Carries it over the Bruin line, right wing, snaps off a shot that sails wide. Deuling will go get his own rebound in the near corner. Deuling came out right in between the rings. Here's Deuling, works it ahead for Armstrong. And Armstrong couldn't get to the puck. His stick was all tied up. The Bruins will clear it all the way down the ice. Jamie Rivers will skate back and touch, and we get icing. We'll take a break with 4:26 left in the third. 4-0 IceCats. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
And what are you so happy about?
I just picked up some IceCats tickets for tomorrow night. So you know what that means?
Yeah, it means that the day after the game, you and Bob will get all riled up to play hockey, which means you'll probably get yourself hurt again like you did last time.
No, it means Bob and I will go to J.J. O'Rourke's before the game and feast on food fit for the gods.
And after you and Bob get done playing hockey, you'll be fit for a cast.
For good times and casual dining, come to J.J. O'Rourke's at the junction of Route 9 and 20 in Northborough.
IceCats Hockey on WTAG.
Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. John Wiedeman and Brian Jensen for Worcester IceCats Hockey. 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the third. The IceCats in control. 4-0 is the score.
They've been in total command here. You're really going to like the way the IceCats have been playing tonight. I mean, the defense has been solid. The offense has just exploded in the third period here.
Here's a draw, LaPerriere against Beddoes. LaPerriere won the draw, then lost the puck in the linesman's skates. The Bruins punt then got it back, shot it off the near boards down into the Cats in. Widmer collects, put it off the near boards, but not out. And it's held in by Sweeney for the Bruins. Got it to the near corner for Beddoes, working against Widmer. Look out. And Beddoes took it in behind the net. Tried to get Sweeney with the pass. Puck ends up the near point. It's dumped back in behind the net, and it's taken by Potvin. He tries a sharp angle shot that's turned aside by Fichaud with the stick. And then Sean Kane picks up the puck, tries to scoop it off the glass and out of play. He ends up lifting the puck into the crowd.
A lot of souvenirs out there tonight. It's like being at a ball game. This is like watching foul balls.
3:49 left in the third. 4-0 IceCats. Face-off in the circle to the right of goaltender Eric Fichaud.
We may be ordering out to McBenn's for some more pucks pretty soon.
Oh, boy. Kids having a great time tonight. A lot of birthday parties here tonight.
It's good to see that. And a lot of green paws out there.
Here's the draw. It's fought for, taken by Jamie Rivers of the Cats. Skates in behind his net, then threw the puck up the left wing, Johansson. He crisscrosses with Darby, then shot the puck to the right wing to Vallis. Carries it over the Bruin blue line, then lost the handle. Rivers got it back, shot it into the far corner. Vallis has got it there. Hit by Laviolette. Vallis escapes, tries to feed the slot. That's taken away by Cloutier. He shoves it up the left wing for Laviolette, carries it to the neutral zone, and then lost the puck. Vallis has it for the Cats. Sends it back into the Cat zone near boards for Rivers. Shot it rink wide for Stales. Shot it back rink wide to the left wing for Johansson. He'll carry it back into his own end and give it to Rivers on the near boards. And send it across to Stales, far boards in the IceCat zone. Works it out to center ice for Vallis. Got by a check on the far side. Crosses the Bruin blue line right wing. Snaps off a wrist shot. That's stopped by Bailey. And then the rebound taken by the Bruins' Cherviakov. He moves it out to center ice. Kane's got it there for the Cats. Shot it right back into the Bruins zone. Here's Deuling hustling to pick up the puck. He got it. Deuling a far boards. Tried to work it to the slot for Virtue. That's knocked into the air, and then the Bruins' Ted Crowley gains control. Shot it off the near boards, and it angles right in on goal. Fichaud stops it with the stick. Gave it to Olsen behind the net. He threw it up the right wing boards for Virtue. Virtue tried to shoot it back rink wide for Deuling. That's pried away. Armstrong got it back. Carries it over the Bruin line in the slot. Now brought it to the near boards. Fed the near point. Kane scoops it toward the net. That hit Deuling in the back of the skate. Martin Samar took it away for the Bruins. Works it ahead up the left wing for Stewart. He shot it down the boards behind the Cats net. Olsen got to it. Works it around to the left wing boards for Deuling. He lifts it out to center ice. Stewart caught it in the glove. Tries to dump it down to his stick and dump it into the IceCat zone. Virtue took it away, sent it back into the Bruin end. It's sent back out up the left wing for Stewart. Now he gave it away at center ice. Here's David Roberts. Over the Bruin blue line to LaPerriere. Put it through the legs of the defenseman. Tried to get around him and pick it up and shoot. But that one is taken back by the Bruins' Hartcheek. He'll skate out to center ice. Over the logo. Works it to the right wing. Onto the stick of Payne. Carries it down the right wing. Took a shot. And that one knocked into the air, and Steve Stales batted it up into the crowd.
Nice play by
we got a
Stales.
stoppage of play. I believe Stales might get a penalty here. 1:47 left in the third. 4-0 IceCats.
Well, even if he gets the penalty, I still think it was a nice play. That was dangerously close to going in the net. I mean, right in front of Fichaud right there, and he just slapped it out. Gave the kids another souvenir. I think you're going to be in the minority if you walk out of here without a puck tonight.
I didn't get one. Guys, up here. Go.
The T-shirts don't make it up here. I need oxygen.
I nearly got hit by one night. I was looking to my left, and the thing went by me on my right, hit this exit sign back behind me.
That could require stitches.
I'll get some comp for it. And we're back to the action. Face-off taken by the Cats. Patrice Tardif shoves it up the right wing boards into the Bruin end. And in behind the net, LaPerriere finishes his check on Gruden. The two of them talking it over here. And LaPerriere drops it. And then from behind, Mastad pushes LaPerriere. That should be a third man in. Here's LaPerriere with the mitts off. He's pulled down to the ice. He gets back to his feet. He's ready to fight. The linesman dive in.
A typical WWF move there. Mastad came in outside of the ring. Cheek shot over the back.
And now LaPerriere just gave the one-finger peace sign to the Bruin bench. And if the referee saw that, even if the linesman saw it, that might not be good. 1:29 left in the third. Some frustrations boil over. Stoppage of play. 4-0 IceCats.
IceCats are really in command here. They don't want to let things get out of hand, and really they don't want to boil Providence up too much, because why let them even get into the game at this point?
Hey, we want to remind you, get the inside story on the IceCats from team captain Roy Mitchell every Monday morning at 8:40 a.m. here on AM 580 WTAG. It's the Captain's Corner with Roy Mitchell, Monday mornings at 8:40 during the Tom Gorham Show here on AM 580 WTAG.
The IceCat number 36 and Providence Bruin number 36, John Gruden. 5 minutes for fighting each. Time of the penalty, 18:31.
So LaPerriere and Gruden sent off for fighting. And that'll be the end of the night for both of those two. We're back to the action. The Bruins win the draw and shoot it in behind the IceCats net. Rivers moves it to the far boards. Bruins get it back. Send it to the near side boards. Mark Davis couldn't get a shot away. Johansson took it away for the Cats. Skates up the left wing into the Bruins zone. Tries to give it back to Darby, who was crushed with a great hit from
We got two pucks out there.
We have 2 pucks on the ice.
We've seen everything tonight.
It's been that kind of a night, folks.
See, I told you, there's just too many pucks going in the crowd here tonight. Somebody must have got 2, sent one back.
Oh, jeez. 1:06 to go in the third, 4-0 Cats.
Probably had a scuff logo.
I don't want this. This is defective. Here.
The refs could have been calling for an extra puck. They might have been out. You never know.
You watch this game long enough, you see everything. It's great, though, because when you're done seeing it all, you can write this great big book and then retire.
Oh, absolutely.
Dream on.
Go on the book signings and everything. You got it made, John.
I can do like the luncheon circuit.
There you go.
Here's the face-off in the neutral zone on the other side of the IceCats blue line. It's taken by Cherviakov for the Bruins. Scoops it down the near boards into the IceCats zone. Stopped by Fichaud. Gave it a Kane. Moved the puck to the left wing to Deuling. He skates a few strides, then tried to fire it rink wide for Virtue. That's intercepted by the Bruins' Bill McCauley. He got it out to Kluche. Carries it over the IceCats line in the high slot. Took it to the far boards. Left it in the far point. Cherviakov scoops it toward the net. Turned aside by Fichaud. In behind the net. Now it's worked out in front. In the Armstrong for the IceCats. Shot the puck off the far boards and out to the Bruin blue line. Hodge has it there. 30 seconds left in the third period. Got it over to Cherviakov. Backs up into his own end, looking for the opening. Being worked over there by Armstrong. Cherviakov got away. Here's Cherviakov to center ice. Got it ahead for Bavis. He got it over the line in the IceCat zone. That's taken back by Armstrong. Carries it to center ice, steps over the blue line, and then dumps it into the near corner in the Bruin end. And then Bavis, in frustration, gave Armstrong a cross-check in the back. That's right at the bench area. Here we go. We're counting down the time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Long shot by Bavis. The IceCats win. Bavis' shot didn't even get to the net. IceCats win this game 4-0. Eric Fichaud on his 20th birthday gets a shutout.
What a great gift, too, and they're all out there congratulating him. I mean, he really deserved it. He played a terrific game tonight. Turned back 32 shots in the game. It's just unbelievable.
All right, we'll send it away to a break, and we'll come back with a post-game show right after this. IceCats win, IceCats win. 4-0 is the final score. Don't go away. You're listening to IceCats Hockey on AM 580 WTAG.
It's O'Coin's factory-authorized Clayton Marcus sale. Take up to 40% off list price on all Clayton Marcus upholstered furniture and make no payments till February of '96 when using your O'Coin's charge card. With Clayton Marcus, you can choose from over 1,000 designer fabrics to match any decor. Always committed to quality, Clayton Marcus has a limited lifetime warranty, 8-way hand-tied seat spring construction, and expert tailoring. It's quality furniture at prices you'll love. From cottage to country, American heritage to elegant, O'Coin's has it all. And during the Clayton Marcus factory-authorized sale, take up to 40% off list price on all Clayton Marcus upholstered furniture and make no payments till February when using your O'Coin's charge card. If you don't have a card, it takes less than 10 minutes and your good credit to get one. Lasting style, exciting value only from O'Coin's. 239 Mill Street, Worcester. Open weekdays 10 to 9, Saturdays 9 to 6, and Sundays noon to 5. O'Coin's, for every room in your life.
Ouch, that's the third time I banged my thumb.
Never mind your thumb. Look at these curtains. They don't even match the walls.
Whose idea was this do-it-yourself stuff?
Yours, remember?
Well, why did you listen to me? Just help me get this newspaper down so we don't spill the mustard yellow all over the cucumber green.
Hey, look at this ad. Edwards Paint and Decorating. Everything under one roof, affordable prices, and they'll send a decorator out to the house at no charge. That's right. An Edwards decorator will visit your home and give you all the advice you need. Or visit Edwards and discover Hunter Douglas window treatments, Mohawk carpets, the York collection of wall coverings, and California paint, all under one roof and all within your budget.
Okay, that's it. We're going to Edwards.
You know, for someone who keeps smashing his thumb, you're a very smart man. Edwards Paint and Decorating, Route 9 and Otis Street in Westboro, and Gold Star Boulevard, Worcester. The complete source for all your home decorating needs. And the price is right. It's the Super Wall Covering Sale with unbeatable guaranteed low prices from only $4.88 a single roll. Right now at Edwards Paint and Decorating Centers in Worcester next to Percy's and Route 9 Westboro across from Walmart.
Saturday, the show heats up the ice the way only CBS Sports can. International superstars Christy Yamaguchi, Paul Wally, Katarina Witt, Torvalin Dean, and many more tear it up at the Northwestern Mutual Life World Team Skating Championship. Plus, Pat O'Brien runs down the 4-1-1 on college football on College Football Today. It's all Saturday, beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Show.
AM 580 WTAG and Midas Muffet can be your ticket to Pittsburgh to see the Patriots take on the Steelers. To win air transportation, hotel accommodations, and 2 tickets to the game December 16th, just stop by any participating Worcester County money shop and put your name in the box or mail a postcard to WTAG, P.O. Box 58, Westside Station, Worcester 01602. Then be listening 7:15 Monday morning, November 20th to hear Steve Battle read your name. Win your tickets and see the Patriots battle against the Steelers in Pittsburgh from Midas Muffet and Worcester's Patriot Station, AM 580 WTAG.
Dust. A nice word for foul air pollution. The EPA says that home pollution is worse than on the street. I'm David Orrick. My hypoallergenic air machine uses the same technology used by U.S. submarines. Our electronic filter never needs replacement. Rinse it clean. It's as good as new. Furnace and air conditioning filters only work when the system is on. Mine works all the time. Call 1-800-989-4200 for free brochure or home trial. 1-800-989-4200.
LensCrafters Optician, Annette Zeems.
Every face is different, so LensCrafters invented AccuFit, a new system to help you find the frames that fit right. We'll measure the width of your face to find what size frame you need. Then finding the right frames is easy. At LensCrafters, each frame is marked with a size, so we can make sure the style you like best is also the right size for you. We want your glasses to be perfect. That's what we do here.
The AccuFit measuring system, available only at LensCrafters, helping people see better, 1 hour at a time.
Baseball great George Brett for Your Life Vitamins. I've been taking Your Life Vitamins for over 15 years, and now my friends at Your Life have introduced something on the leading edge of nutritional science, phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are made from fresh vegetables, so you get many nutrients not found in vitamins alone. I take them to make sure I'm getting enough of a good thing. For me, it's like getting a fastball right down the middle. Look for Your Life Phytonutrients at Osco, Walgreens, and other fine stores.
IceCats hockey on WTAG. Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum. It's a little quieter than it was a few minutes ago when this game ended, but nonetheless, happy building right now. The IceCats win 4-0. They defeat the Providence Bruins, and the IceCats record goes to 6-5-0. We saw a great goaltenders battle for 2 periods and So what would that be? 45 minutes and 50 seconds. That's not too bad.
No, I mean, it was incredible. It was actually a very exciting game for a 0-0 game. I mean, the defense on both sides was just holding up. They were making some amazing saves. Both goalies were making amazing saves. Fichaud was he had some incredible reflexes out there. And Bailey, well, he's just like, it's like ballet watching him play sometimes in goal. But, yeah, things really fell apart pretty quick in that third period.
Want to remind the fans, next Friday, November 10th at 7:35 p.m., the Portland Pirates sail into the Centrum. And the first 2,500 fans through the turnstiles will receive a great IceCats logo keychain, compliments of GMC trucks. That's next Friday, November 10th, here at the Centrum. When the IceCats take on the Portland Pirates, plenty of great seats remain for that game.
I'll have to add one of those keychains to my collection.
Let's see, you got the hat, you got the growl towel,
Jeez,
I have a keychain. By the end of the year, I mean, you'll be able to open up your own shop.
Yeah, I think I could already. I mean, I got everything else. I'm supporting the IceCats on my own here.
Well, folks, good news from the Centrum. The IceCats win, and this game, as we talked about at length during this contest, was a goaltender's duel for 2 periods, just a little over 2 periods. But the IceCats were able to forge ahead, and Eric Fichaud gets a shutout on his birthday. That's a nice birthday present. You know the guys all knew that it was his birthday, and they weren't saying anything, and you can never say the S word during a hockey game when a goaltender's pitching a shutout. If anybody does, it's like, oh, great, now you just jinxed them, and somebody will score. But Fichaud held the Bruins out. He stopped all 32 of their shots, some sensational saves in that mix, and he got his 5th pro win, actually 6th pro win against 3 defeats. He's doing very well.
Yeah, what can you say? Certainly you didn't want to say the S word, but I'm sure the Bruins were saying plenty of S words after they got down by a couple goals. And it really showed out there.
Any particular S word? No, we don't want. No.
I think George Carlin explained that already. We can't say that.
Yes. Sawyer, maybe Sawyer was what they were saying. Speaking of Sawyer the Destroyer, we talked a little about World Wrestling Federation.
Oh, there were plenty up in the building tonight.
Sawyer had a good one tonight. It wasn't as good as last night's. Not anywhere near as good as last night's, but Kevin is not afraid to throw the punches, and he'll stick up for his teammates. He did tonight with this scrap.
Here's a draw taken by the Bruins, Mark Davis. He steps over the IceCats line and fires a shot that's blocked away by Fichaud. And then the Bruins get it back. Oh, we got a scrap now. Here's Kevin Sawyer throwing him with Potvin. Sawyer and Potvin stuck in a couple of short lefts. Now Sawyer on the top with a couple of rights. And then he ripped Potvin's helmet off, but the two of them then tumbled to the ice.
And a little bit later, Kevin got into a scrap with Masted. That was about as one-sided a fight as I've ever seen. Masted's a big boy. I expected more out of him. I guess he probably lost his balance, but Kevin was on him like a wet blanket.
Well, a lot of these guys out here, maybe they just don't know how powerful Sawyer is, but, I mean, the guy, everybody seems he gets in a fight with. He really doesn't look all that big outside of the pads, but he just hammers people. It's incredible the strength this guy has.
All right, well, we went through the first period, no score. Providence outshot the IceCats 17-12. Went through the second period, still no score. IceCats held the edge in shots, 10-9. 2-period total. The IceCats 22 and the Bruins 26. Went to the third period, and at the 5:50 mark of period number 3, Jarrett Deuling scores his 5th goal on the season. He breaks the ice and Bailey's shutout, and he did it this way. Now the puck in the far corner. Deuling tried to kick it free from Hartje. Hartje worked it free from Vallis. The puck taken by Laviolette. He tries to send it out. Now put it on the doorstep. There's Deuling. He scores! Finally, the IceCats get a shot by Scott Bailey. So Deuling made it 1-0 IceCats, and less than a minute later, Patrice Tardif made it 2-0 with his 5th goal on the year. Now to Olsen near boards. Works it up the left wing. Tardif. Little touch pass out to LaPerriere. Got it to Roberts. A snap shot that sails over the net. Puck ends up on the far point. Rivers sends it in deep. There's Roberts. Fed the doorstep. Tardif. He scores! 2-0 Cats! That was that.
A little excited.
Yeah. It's hard to call when they're grabbing when the Bruin player is grabbing an IceCats player's stick, and I mean, how do you call that? It gets a little congested in front of the net, and it's not clean. I apologize, but it's not the slick skating and passing of old, the old 6-team days when teams used to carry the puck into the other team's end rather than shoot the puck in, and you had some great calls by some of the greats that called play-by-play. But nowadays it's dump and chase and try and forecheck for possession, and well, it works, but
It doesn't sound as sweet on the radio.
This is the 90s kind of hockey, I guess, we're watching now. And you can imagine, if you thought it was hard to call, imagine Bailey trying to see where the damn puck was. Excuse my French.
Well, you can say that. That's not one of the 7 words, but we don't encourage it. Well, and Ian LaPerriere scored his second goal in 2 nights and made it 3-0 IceCats, and this one pretty much salted the game away. Roberts assisted, and by this time the IceCats were in control.
Skating up the left wing is Roberts all alone. Here's Roberts into the Bruins zone. He put on the brakes on the near boards. Roberts tries to scoop it in deep. He does it. LaPerriere, wraparound score! Oh, what a play by Roberts and LaPerriere! And the IceCats are all over the Bruins. It's 3-0 Cats with half a period to go in the third.
Had a long way to go there. 4 minutes later, Lindsay Vallis scored to make it 4-0 IceCats. It was on an IceCats power play. I said David Roberts, I meant Lindsay Vallis, but Roberts came out instead of Vallis. It's still early in the season, folks. Don't worry. By the end of the year, I won't even need a sheet. I'll just have them all memorized. But Lindsay picks up his second goal as a member of the IceCats, and doesn't matter how it sounded. It's another goal for Lindsay Vallis, and it made it 4-0 Cats. Final nail in the coffin for the Bruins.
Yeah, the Bruins were just devastated. You could really see after that first goal the major letdown by the whole team. And after they had the 3-0 lead, you could watch through the rest of the game. Bruins were very sluggish moving the puck around at all. Fichaud had very few shots on him. They were usually just sloppy little tossings. It was not a very crisp game by the Bruins at that point.